Yeah, we went away camping last week, and I got home and I was unpacking the car, and I thought I had some stuff in the glove box. I thought, oh fuck!
The thing about football.
I didn't even know I didn't have it.
I didn't.
On the Pulse. Now, here to bring all the action to your radio, our team on 94.7 The Pulse.
And welcome to All-in-One Oval here, the lovely Devils Playground. GDFNL footy and netball is back again. Live today, Corio versus Werribee. Currently in the seconds, it is Corio 4-4-28, trailing Werribee, who are 10-8-68. Welcome to the team today, Richard Grubby-Cations, as usual, in his special comments role, mate. Welcome aboard, Grub.
Well, good, mate. I'm welcome to the viewers, welcome to the listeners, and thanks very much for putting the important people first. It's about time you started doing that. But I tell you what, we are in for a big season. I just can't wait. It's been so much of a build-up. The cricket season, well, for the first time in about 6 years, we didn't make the grand final, but seconds and thirds and fourths all did. So I've been waiting for this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, we're all up and about, mate. It is fantastic. The weather's a little bit overcast, a little bit of wind around, but hopefully no rain. And, of course, the man with the golden tonsils, the voice of the coverage, Dale Smith.
Eric
How are you,
Nichols,
my friend?
is he?
Eric Nichols.
Yes, well, good afternoon, Spider. Nice to be here. As I said, it is nice to have some footy back and being able to sit back and relax on a Saturday afternoon and watch a game of football, because it's pretty boring sitting at home sometimes. But enough to do in the garden, I know that, but I'm pleased to be here.
That's why I play cricket, mate. Gives something to do during the summer. Keep you sober for 6 hours.
You're not going to comment at all on me gear, Spider? What?
No.
Hey?
No, I don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, do the mighty middies a bit of a favour.
The mighty middies.
Give them a bit of exposure.
Pink's your colour, mate. It clashes with those red shoes you're wearing.
Well, I might do, but I'll put the red jumper back on later. But no, I've been
I could do
working
with
here
one of
for a
them
year and a
caps.
half. Hey?
I could do with one of them cups.
Yeah, right. I'll get you a couple. No worries.
You know we call him toenails, don't you? He's hanging out. That's all you see, hanging out the boss's backside on a Saturday when he's cooking a barbecue.
Well, I tell you what, we've got plenty of bosses. Don't worry. But they're all great blokes, especially Mark Golan. He'll probably get you a cap. I'll see Goalie, see if he gets you a cap. And
that'd be nice.
Dan Lennon, and maybe a couple. We've got a white golf cap there that'd suit you too. Some colour is what hair you got left. But no, it's been great working in. I love the place.
There
you go.
Dale loves the cap, mate. So he's putting the sunscreen on, done it, buddy.
That's exactly right, mate. You got to cover something.
All right, lads, we've got our little hour or so before the first bounce. A lot of changes through the GDFL this year, or GDFNL this year. There's some big ins, some big outs. I did text you both last night, but probably a bit late. It was after 7 o'clock, so you're probably both in bed and didn't get the message.
No, I just ignored it.
Yeah, as you normally do. We usually ring you on a Friday night.
I was close to going tonight, I must admit.
Look, I think we'll lead off. There is, I said, some big changes. I did say to you, I'd love to know your opinions of what you think is going to happen. Who's going to step up and challenge? And who's going to drop out? Because I think there's clearly one spot from last year's top 5 that is up for grabs. Grubby, I'm going to let Dale go first, because all we'll get out of him is I can't argue with that, and that'll just shoot my segment right now.
Can't add to that.
Can't add to that.
Well, it's probably in the same boat right now, because Grubby does all the research, and I'm not a research person, as you know, but I can see that Belpo still will struggle. That's. I don't think you have to be blind, Freddie, to realise that they're going to be in a whole world of pain, and unfortunately, this is going to be something that they'll have to work their way through. And look, Tari might say something different, but there'll be one side that drop out. I would think, on the other side of the ledger, that Anarchy will win more than what they won last year, and they might be the improver with the list they put together. Can they play well together? That's yet to be seen, and I suppose their test today against Bannockburn will certainly give them that opportunity out at their home ground with a new group of players and some renewed hope that they can start building themselves back towards a top 5 side in our competition.
I guess the big one that has been thrown around is, can they all play together in the same side?
With the point, you're talking about the points. Well,
yes.
they did get an extra 4.
They got 50.
True?
I think they've got 50.
That's right. So I don't know. Again, with the guys they brought in, and I don't know how their point system is working, and I know that they will lose, let's say, 15 points from last year with all the blokes they brought in from over previous years. But you put Dalhouse, Bosley, and one other bloke in there, and there's probably your first 15 points gone already.
Mawson, you've got Lloyd, who's going to play 3 or 4 games. So there's a few.
Lever.
So they've picked up, not just 5-pointers, but 3 and 4-pointers as well.
Are those blokes played football recently, or are they have they been out of the system for some time and coming back in?
As far as I know.
Well, so that's what I
Lloyd's
say.
playing up on the Murray somewhere, and he's coming in to play 3 games. Lever, I think, had a year off, didn't he? And but that'll still coming from a higher grade.
That's
That's going to be their hard thing. When they get them all available and playing, they're not going to get them all into that one side. I don't think.
That's the issue. Grubby, over to you, mate.
I got to admit, I really can't add to that.
Wow.
Well,
You had plenty to say this morning, mate. We had eight games to review, and we went about 14 minutes overtime.
I spent a little bit more time on Werribee. What's wrong with that? To be quite honest, the answer is who's going to be the this and the that. I don't know, because it's just so hard, especially for me, because I see all the recruits that they get, but being from Werribee, I don't know any of them. You know, like North Geelong have got 4 blokes or whatever from North Shore. Now, if they're North Shore senior players, they're going to be a really good side. If they were seconds players, they're going to not improve that. Well, they'll improve, but not that much. You know, same with some of the players from some of the other clubs. Even here at Corio, I've had a pretty good rundown from Darren Bennett, but I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're any good or if they're not any good. So it's really up to me to decide. Once I've seen a few blokes and a few games played, and then you can form your own opinion on it. I can form my own opinion on out of Bannockburn. I think they've got a bloke named Nayborn out there, and I watched him play for Leopold in the GFL Grand Final, and he was sensational. I gave him a vote, actually. So he'll be a terrific player, along with Fletcher Wilson out there. I've been told he's a very, very good player. West have got a lot of players coming, a few from their GFL side. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I don't know who they are, being from Werribee, but once I see them play, I go, oh, wow, they might be up there. You know, Winch, you got young Bailey Cale coming back, so you'll be
my God,
that'll be good for you.
Train.
You'll be calling Cayley Bale and everything, you'll be calling him. They're still trying to get a clearance for one of the Parish boys, Cassidy Parish, who Grovedale won't clear him yet, but hopefully they get him. They've still got blokes like Caleb Brown playing, so they might improve as well.
You get him fit. You get Caleb Brown fit. I mean, he missed a big chunk from last year. They've lost Rees, obviously, through the midfield. He's playing soccer.
Yeah, well, you know, at West, Tanner Stone, Charles Wild, Gus Fratz, Matt Sonderfield, Afriako Kawako.
Oh, God. That one.
I don't know. Ako Warakai or something. Well, he's from West GFL. So, look, they could be big improvers as well. I agree with you. I think, and I'll never have a go at Tari because he's one of the best coaches, one of the best blokes in the competition. But when you lose so many fellas in the one go, plus we know who's gone, but Josh Andrews, Flacavento, Adam Costello, they're all out till the middle of the year as well. Right, so they get back Benny Muir, and I see he wasn't selected today. So
Sable's gone as well.
And Sable, yeah. So you have to drop out of the finals. Hopefully they don't drop too far down and they get some good kids. I know Josh Norman come from up the Colac League. I tell you what, I hope he's as good a footballer as his dad was a cricketer, because he'll be the best player in the comp then, without any doubt, because he's the best cricketer I've ever seen.
Adam Martin's 3 boys.
Just shut up and don't butt in while I'm talking, if you don't mind, you bearded idiots. So they could be in trouble, Valpo still. But let's hope they've got a dynasty beyond. Never, ever write the Panthers off. Thompson, I asked Johnny Mitchell this morning. He's having a crack at the salary cap, Johnny Mitchell. Teams going over the salary cap. If they got the players they went for, they'd break the GFL salary, the AFL salary cap. But they didn't get those blokes. So bad luck. So when you have a look at some of these other sides, have gone through Winch, North Patrick Cleary, I don't know. Juanito Ramos, we know a bit about. He's gone out to North Geelong from Bannockburn, and he's a handy player on his day. We've gone through the Anarchy side.
East Geelong.
East Geelong look all right to me. I went out last week out to Ocean Grove with Brendan Curry, the footy manager out at South Barwon, who used to be at Barwon Heads. And he's a big rap for the coach, Ness Osselbrook. Not a superstar, just a real good player and a good coach. Jaden McLaughlin from Barwon, his assistant coach, good player. Connor McKinnon, I think they've got to recruit pretty well, but they have to because their outs are pretty big. McLennan's an out, a Whitley medal winners the year before. Mars, Cordner Mars, Lemper. So they've got to make up those blokes before they improve, but I'm pretty sure they will do that. We're going through Thompson. Inverleigh again, one of my favourite players all the time. Michael Bester's back.
He's back.
Don't really care about him, but his old man's coming with him. I love Bestie. David Peel, who I don't think's been selected today, if we look on the app. Ryan Bell, Bailey Karuba, Dan Madola. Jarvis Miles, Dion Miles' young fella is out there playing. I don't think he's been selected today, but I don't even know if he can play. But if he's anything like any of the other family, he can play. Because the whole... And the old man couldn't. It's on the mum's side. Kenny Baxter, Bernie Baxter, all play the Carlton. So that's where it compete was useless. Used to beat him in the backyard. But their outs are pretty good too. Mitch Alford, Jared Young, Lockie Byell, Brad Circuit coaching at South Colac. So they were the older blokes, but I reckon they're the blokes that held them in good stead in the finals.
Well, Alford was brilliant in the grand final.
Yes.
Well, the whole final series.
Yes. Yeah, Young held Dylan Whitley, well, not touchless, but he did a very good job on him in I think it was in the preliminary. Yeah, look, they're the blokes that are in.
Warren's gone too.
Who?
Warren
who?
Rabbit.
Rabbit Warren.
Who's he?
He played with Inverleigh early in the year. He was quite a good cool kid playing their forward line.
Oh,
Played a bit of seconds. He went down with Circuit down to South Colac.
Oh, I thought they got the bulldozer out and levelled the ground out.
Yeah, no.
Get rid of the Rabbit Warrens. Geez, you're an idiot sometimes. I'm trying to be serious here. I'm probably one of the most viewed live stream in the country, and you're acting the goat.
Well, someone else has got to get in early, Grub, because don't let you take that over later on.
Well, go on. I've had my say. You have your say. You're butting in. I'll try not to butt in like you did to me.
Wow, you spent the whole morning butting in, so I'm just getting you back. Look, again, it's as I think you said, Blind Freddie could probably see Balpo Silla in for a bit of a tough ride. I had a look at their side, and there's still some of their very good players there, but they've lost, 1,000 games of experience, and it's the experience like... Who feels the role that Cubby played? That Dale's favourite player. I think Dale's going up to Great Western next week to watch.
Oh, he'll give him a vote. Yeah.
Oh, we'll give him a vote.
We'll give him a vote when the Balpo still game.
Who feels that role? Because, he had that floating role where he just basically didn't need to man up because he backed everyone else to help him out, and he took mark after mark, repelled. Okay, Ren was at the end, but they don't get any small by the end of the day, do they? Dill Whitney, when he gets the ball, still class. So who fills those roles? And the depth isn't there. You talk about Inverleigh about they're losing, but Inverleigh won the seconds grand final as well, so the depth is there. They can cover the loss of a couple of players, whereas I don't think Balpos will have that depth at the moment.
Have they got a second side available?
They have got a second side today.
Lukey Mann, is he playing?
I don't know, mate. You've got the app now. You
I
can
heard
look
no.
yourself.
Does it have the reserve as well?
Yeah.
does it?
Get the twos up as well, mate.
There you go.
Yeah, it's got it all, Dale. I'll make you a tick.
Because Lukey Mann's been in at work a couple of times. I keep saying to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether he's too keen on going back and playing, but you never know. Football can be a funny thing.
Rob Wood's playing today, and I had a call from Tommy Carson, Premiership player at Belmont. He's going to go up and he's going to go up and help out playing the twos up there as well. Former coach of Western Eagles as well, and he played. He's offered to help out and play, so that's a good sign. At least they're getting players up there prepared to give them a hand. You don't see Thompson. I don't think Thompson Inverleigh are going to move too much. I think they won't drop off. They probably won't improve, but sides have got to get to them, and that's the difference. East Geelong, I think, the players you've named that are out. Grub, there's a couple of stuff. I can't think they lost through injury a bit last year. I see have been named today, which is going to help. They're like new recruits, aren't they? You miss half a season and come back and play.
Yeah, they have got a couple out till mid-season too.
Okay.
Jockey Menzies, young bloke.
Yeah, Huey.
He'll be out till halfway through the year.
What's he
and the
done?
goal kicker, Watson Searle, will be out till halfway through the year. So
What have they done, do you know?
That just injured Menzies' shoulder.
Oh, shoulder, of course, yeah.
And I can't quite, it was a leg injury, I think, for Searle. But the thing is, if they're going all right till then, that's just an added bonus when they're available. Unfortunately, with Bell Post, they might not be going well when their 3 or 4 players come back. So that's the difference.
It is the big difference. And Jockey Menzies, life member at Thompson Career Club during the week. Wonderful bloke, Jockey. So, look, you don't think Easter will improve. Bannockburn, they've lost a couple. But again, it's the older blokes who've retired, I think, that they've lost. But then again, that young hose who's probably going to go to the Falcons all year, he's a big loss. I said off air, Hayden Spiller, I think, is a massive loss at centre half back. He just seemed to read the ball so well. But
And can play forward if they need
but then again, they've got coverage, they've got depth, they've got players, they've got a mountain of people to pick from. Their junior structure's nice and strong as well coming through. So they're things that some of the other clubs don't have. West, I think, Grubby, you mentioned Anarchy this morning, when people said, why don't we go to the Anarchy game today? And you were probably right, because it's a trust thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
we don't know yet. Hopefully we get to go out there many, many times because they got a great half-time spread.
Yeah, and they've got new rooms up there, mate, too now. So, but it's a trusting. It's probably the same as West. West have always they've been 6 to 8, haven't they? Every year, they can pull off miraculous wins and beat sides. And we, you've seen what happened here after the side. They got beat by Corio here when Corio was just building last year when West was supposed to be flying. So again, the West is a trust thing. North Geelong, I think, probably another longish season for him. I did see Rico say it's going to be, it's not going to be a quick fix. He's only signed for 1 year, so doesn't like it. Who knows?
Well, I don't know how the Central Highlands have dropped, but it surprised me that North Geelong went up there and played. I think it was Balan and kicked the first 15 goals. So they're not duds. Don't worry about that.
Creswick, wasn't it?
Creswick, wasn't it?
Creswick, I think.
One of them. They kicked the first 15, so they can play football.
I suppose you've got to work with what you've got, don't you? Yeah. I mean, we always said the Bellpost Steel dynasties. There was no superstars in the side. It was just everyone knew their role. And if you can get players to buy in like that, it doesn't matter what their stand. If they all play together, they're going to beat sides.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No worries.
So it's reasonably simple like that. The two sides playing today. Werribee, as I said, the great unknown. That's why I probably enjoy coming in today, because you'll get a first-hand look at them early in the year rather than wait until round 4 or 5 when it's past players' day and Grubby wants to be there.
Yeah.
So getting the first-hand look. Look at what Corio. I think Corio got 7 debutants today, and there's a couple of sons of blokes, young Savanka, Bigham, and Noah Bartolo. Of course, Johnny coached out here a little bit through the early 2000s as well. So they're going about it the right way, I think, Corio. They're bringing people back into the club. I think you said that about a couple of other clubs as well over the time, but that's what they're doing here. Their points haven't moved. They haven't needed to move. Last year showed improvements. You just hope they build on that this year.
Well, as I said this morning, it's time now that if they're going to improve that little bit that they need to, they have to beat these sides like Werribee, like West, like Winch, and maybe a couple, even maybe Anarchy, we don't know yet.
Yep.
But if you reckon there's that 5th spot available, and I agree with that, then they're the clubs, some of those clubs are the ones that are going to take. I was told last year, Werribee might make the finals. My first answer was, who comes out? Right? And when you look at it, no one comes out, and no one did.
No one did, that's
right. They dropped away a bit, Werribee, but even if they kept playing, someone's got to come out of those top 5. Well, this year, someone is going to come out, and someone's got to grab that spot. And if it's going to be Corio, then they're got to start to beat the Werribees. They nearly beat them twice last year, but they've got no nearlies anymore.
No nearlies, that's right.
They've got to beat them. They've got to beat West. They've got to beat those sides to give them a chance to make the finals. Werribee, on the other hand, they've talked up a couple of good recruits. If they're as good as they say are, and they've got a couple that come in, they might play in a grand final. You just don't know, because I haven't been over there enough to see. I did watch one quarter and a bit of a practice match against Altona, who was a powerhouse in the WRFL League.
Yep.
And it was a bloody good game. I was real impressed. But I think sometimes you do tend to lift when you play better sides. But they looked really good to me. So, even my own side, Werribee, it won't be until today that we actually find out how good they may be.
I suppose the other sides that we haven't really touched on, Winch, obviously a bit of a blip a week or so ago, having to replace their coach, a week out. Not ideal, but I think Grubby, you and I spoke on the phone the other day. It shouldn't really affect them too much. Most of the work's been done. The players know what they've got to do. They're a week out from the season. Not ideal, but not the end of the world.
No.
Very calm head slotting in to take over.
They're a bit lucky with that, because he was the previous coach. He's been there. He's stayed there from time to time, so he knows what's going on. New coaches have to come in and get used to clubs. This bloke's already used to it. He's shown that he's got the brains. He's been a good coach. So, as much as I love Butch Shaw and thought he was a great bloke and a great coach, they're not going to lose too much out of it. They've got, as I said before, Jack Simmons from Grovedale. Apparently he can play a bit. Matthew, this is going to be good. Sinodarski.
It's going to be a great call with Buviladakis and
and Bailey Cale and
Kaylee Bale.
And Cassidy Parrish, as we said, they're looking for a clearance from him. So, look, just looking at that, I don't know if they've improved that much. He didn't give me any outs, Dogsy, so I'm not quite sure who's gone. But they haven't improved that much. And if other clubs do, then they might not be the blokes to hit that 5th spot. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see.
The other side we haven't even touched on yet is the Mitch Cleary 22. Didn't Cogsy send that as a number 1 ticket holder?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't touched on Belmont. Now, again...
Well, he'd be waiting in anticipation, too.
they've picked up, again, they've gone to St Albans and picked up a couple from there, but they've also picked up a few from elsewhere. I think they've got 5 new players taken to the field today. So, look, they improved last year. They looked okay. You could see their systems that they were trying to play with, and and what they were trying to do. They got beaten by some better sides, which happens. I mean, they were 7 goals up against Thompson early in the season, halfway through at half-time or just after half-time. So they just dropped off, I suppose. Lack of fitness. They've had Stuffer down there taking their training in the off-season, so their fitness shouldn't
Well,
be a
they'll
problem.
be fit, all right.
Shouldn't be. As I said, the other day, look, when Stuffer does your training, you don't stand still because you'll talk your ear off.
Yeah, he will. But I tell you what, he would have had a pretty tough job because from what I hear, they've had nearly 100 players go through the place on their list.
Yeah, they've picked up. So that's the other side we're talking about. They improved last year.
Yep.
The only way they've got to keep going is up. But if we keep saying about every side, who's actually going to improve and take that 5th spot?
Well, they mightn't take the 5th spot, or obviously they all can't, but it might make it a hell of a close contest, and that's what we want. It doesn't matter who takes it, as long as it's because it will be a huge competition. I think it'll be the closest you've ever seen, the competition.
Well, I thought last year was probably the best I've seen in a long, long time.
Well, I think it's going to go one better. I really do. But you want to talk about Belmont. Young Josh Wilson from St Albans, he's the boy from St Albans.
Yep.
He plays all right. Lockie Dolkin from Stawell. Brad Mitchell from Bowen Heads can play a bit too. Dave Allett from North Footscray. McDonald from Bannockburn. Michael Murdoch from St Albans. And Nick Sheriff from Golden Square. He's a young boy out of the Golden Square under 18. So I watched him in a practice match, Belmont, and that's the best I've seen them move the ball ever. Right? Like, I know they moved it well in 2007, but they had all these blokes on 100,000 and
I did not.
and they won the flag. They bought the flag. But
not.
they move the ball as good as I've ever seen them move it. And I reckon they might even give Inverleigh a real run for their money out there today. And if they do win, which I'm nearly going to tip them. I reckon they really impress me.
You did this morning,
Yeah, but I was
but
being a
you
bit
talk
silly.
about Belmont. What about the 5 grand finals where we played it in a row?
What
You
about
could have
it?
built your club rooms 20 years ago if you didn't pay all those players.
Never paid them.
Oh, God.
You ask Ghost.
Yeah, ask anyone.
Paid nothing.
Yeah.
Heath Buck still at the club 30 years later.
No, he's not. You sacked him against Inverleigh last year.
Yeah,
At
well,
least the coach's box is a bit closer for you today,
but he
mate.
was still there.
Yeah, he's
still on
Bucky,
nothing.
But Bucky's a brilliant bloke.
Jason Verstuca was the best player in the comp. He won 3 Whitley medals. He's on $75 a game. So they didn't pay. They wanted to play. Not like,
Well, you want success. You want success. So.
not like borrowing $1 million off the league for your club rooms and paying the players with it.
$1 million.
And never paid it back.
I was president
They
then.
never
so
paid it back.
I was president then, so we know it's not true. I know you're trying to wind me up. It's not going to work.
Yeah, what? Margaret Reb, God rest her soul, she was dirty on that. She wanted the flag taken off him, and guess what? She was right.
You sound like Mitch. So that was the first and only show of the GDFL coverage this year. All right, let's have a quick look at today, or do we want to have a quick break before we look at today's game?
I reckon we go for a break.
All right, Steele, are you there, mate? All right, mate, we're going to go to a quick break, mate. This is the pre-game show of the GDFNL match of the round, which is Corio versus Werribee at All-in-One Oval. Over to you, Steele.
Does this go off? Tyler?
Yep.
The live stream started at
Live stream's on
1:15.
now. Tell Paints the live stream's on now because I know he texts me as well. It's Shane Painter. It's Shane Painter,
Thanks,
mate.
Steelo.
All right, thanks, buddy. All right, we're back here at All-in-One Oval. As we know, the Devils' playground, Corio versus Werribee in the twos. It's blown out to its 99 to Werribee and 36 to Corio. So she's all over bar the shag. Not long to go in the twos. All right, lads. The great unknown. Today is always a fun day when you see a side for the first time. Every the new season with the new players coming in and out. We'll get your thoughts this time, Grubby. To start with, you can give us a bit of a rundown what you think is going to happen out here today.
Well,
do you have the umpires for us yet?
Oh, yeah, and I lost them. And I can't get them on my phone either.
Why not? Don't have their own app?
I should have written them down.
Daniel Dawling's around here.
He's here, yeah. He had a heart attack.
Yeah, no, you was
in
telling
the
me
rooms
that.
here at Corio.
Yep.
But I tell you, I don't know them. I'll get them, but I know they'll be very, very good. It won't be Peter Kennedy, probably the best umpire going around. I'll run into him.
Well, if there's
Might be
only,
Mark
there's
Nolan.
only one GFL game today, there should be a lot of them running around somewhere, shouldn't there?
Might be Richie's or something. Aaron, I'll get him. One of the young fellas too. I'll get him. All right. Well, what do I think? Well, before I go on with what I think, I know you've been through it a bit, but Corio's new boys are Jaden Keeley. He played at West and ran the summer fitness program right through the pre-season. Bit like Mick Culliver does at Werribee Centrals. Can play a bit. Matty James, we don't say nothing about Matty James because a former Whitley Middles, we know how well he can play and has been absolutely dominating the practice matches. Dominating. Maybe playing even better than Joel. So there you go. That'll be a good combination. Hayden Burns, another talented forward from North Shore. He is a good lead-up forward. Noah Bartolo, son of Johnny, plays in the midfield or the back line.
A little bit taller than Johnny too.
Isaiah Bigham, Ricky's son. He's got Jake as well, but I think Jake might be out here. And Isaiah's playing in the seniors. And they're both back. He's a backman. Brock Savanka, he's from Leroy's. Remember Leroy? I'll tell you what, if he's half as tough as Leroy, look out. He'll be a tough kid. But he's a classy forward, a little bit smaller than Leo. Probably the fittest at the club. And as I said, I guess he's pretty tough if he's like his old man. The other kid, and they're all from Bell Park under-18s, which one of them, Brock, comes as a four-pointer. Same as Matty James. I don't understand that, but don't go through it again. Because I'll never understand it. You've got to give kids a go, but I'll never understand it. There's another kid not playing today, Thomas Short. He's a small defender. He might be out here, I'm not sure, but he runs up the ground. Good kid. He's actually the grandson of former president Peter Upston and his wife Janine Upson. Two of the most wonderful people I've ever met in the GDFL when I was president. Just great people. So with a bit of luck there, watching him, I'll get to see him after the game. And the one I left to last, he's a very, very, very good player. Herschel Carr. He's a dangerous forward. He gets up the ground. He runs around. He's not the most well-behaved bloke of all time, so I'm told, in previous, but you know what Darren and Joel are like when he gets here, and Incy gets here. He's been absolutely wonderful, and he might be the player to watch here today. So I think they've improved immensely. They've improved and improved and improved, and they've improved again this year.
The question still with this side, Grab, will be their height factor, won't it?
Yes, definitely. I spoke to Benno earlier. They're short down back.
Yep.
And I think Werribee apparently got a 6'7" bloke from the amateurs playing there. So if they get the ball down to him,
they might need one on top of these other shoulders.
Might, stand on his shoulders. Yeah. But we'll go to them. Zach O'Halloran, he's from St Bernard's, full forward or in the ruck. St Bernard's is A-grade amateurs, by the way, which is a pretty fair standard of footy.
Handy football.
And made the team of the decade over the last 10 years.
Are these fireys, ex-fire? Are these fireys?
Yes, they are.
Richie's, Peeler and Pierce are the umpires. Thank you, Paints.
Righto. I told you, Richie's. I've got a good memory, haven't I? His mate Keegan Gilbert, he'll be at the other end of the ground. He'll play at full-back. He's a pretty big bloke as well. Connor McKenzie from Point Cook played played nearly every game for the last 6 years at Western Region level. So he should be a fair player. Kerr, K-U-R. He's a Sudanese kid that played at Glenorden and around Werribee, and he started a bit slowly, and apparently last week he really played a great game in the practice match, which, by the way, was called off halfway through the third quarter. The umpire called it off and reported the whole... whoever they played, reported the whole side for running around whacking blokes in the practice match. So Werribee sent about 10 goals up and they started whacking them. Wow. So the umpire called it off and reported their club. Unbelievable.
Why?
Because they just...
matches.
unbelievable. And they've got two boys, Cam Saliba. He's come up from the under-18s. He played 1 or 2 games last year. And Maxi Murdoch has won the last 2 Ray Ettridge medals, who's also played a couple of games. So, they're recruiting, while not expansive, it could be quality. We haven't seen them play. If it is quality, then we never know. They might be the 5th side. We don't know yet. On today's game, I'm not even going to pick anyone because everyone knows I'll go for Werribee when it's unknown. Mind you, if I don't think Werribee will win a game, I'll go against them. Not like John Mitchell. But in this case, I just don't know. Right? I don't know. So I'll go for Werribee because of the heart. And I'll leave it up to you blokes to go for Corio, because I know you will, because you don't like Werribee because you're a mongrel.
Thanks, Splinters. You're looking for another job with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, mate, that little rat, Splinters, eh?
Yeah.
Dale?
Come around the back.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, mate, as I said, I'm just interested to see how these kids come up through the Corio side today. As I said, all played it, or most of them through the Bell Park program, and coming up to senior level is going to be a test for them. As I said, it's easy to say that they'll be able to adapt to it. They're coming from a GFL level to a GDFL, but the fact is, once you start playing senior football, you find that adult people are quicker, faster and stronger, and they know how to hit and bump and all the rest of it. So they've got to get themselves into this style of football. I think they can, but again, I really want to see them sit back and see how they actually go. On the other side, with the Werribee side, they're a bit like Winch, and they're too far out of town yet, so they don't hear too much about them. But I had heard that the 2 guys they got from the Fireys, or the 2 bigger blokes, will be very handy footballers for them, and that will provide a bit of height. So I can see that height being a bit of a factor in the game today, because we've got a good day for football, perfect conditions, and I think that might bring Corio undone, just being that smaller side. So if I was going to have a selection, I would be a bit like Grubby. I think I'd take the Werribee Central side, and I'd just sit back, and if Corio can use the ball and run it, they might be too quick for them. I don't know, but again, too early in the season for me to make a yes or a no, mate. I'm going to sit on the fence. I'll get splitters like you.
There's steel poles at least, mate. You'll end up with grapes. For those listening in either live stream or on 94.7 The Pulse, if you wish to shoot a text message in with comments, we will be selective in what we read out. It is 0488 877 947. I think that's going to sponsor hashtag. Mitch gave the call out about 25 times this morning. He offered nothing but a phone number. So if you want to text in, please do so. I do have the app here now, so I can actually read.
We'll do it today, but I think we'll ban it. Just leave it in the studio. Let them send it to steal it.
Because you know they're going to say stuff to you, and that's what's going to happen.
Well, I'll end up swearing and getting the boot like I did after the interleague game at Wedderburn.
Yeah, well, that was when you abused your own side.
Yeah. It was throw a big bag of lollies, a bucket of lollies at Cogsy. Now, can you just be quiet for a minute? Because we've got a special guest,
Yes. Well, we have. It's not you.
Well, let me introduce him. If you could be quiet for 1 second. We've got this bloke's an absolute legend. An absolute legend. I know that term gets used pretty loosely, and it might be in this occasion too, but he's a Hall of Famer. He's a life member. He's a premiership coach. I'm too young to see if he was any good at playing, but apparently he can play a bit too. And I'd just like to introduce Richard Chuka Lefchuk. Chuka, welcome, mate.
Thanks for the compliments.
Yeah, look, it's a sad occasion that you've come in. Spide, you know a little bit about Ray Carlton, who passed away during the week. And we'd just like to get somebody who's been around the league. It's going to be hard for me to do. It's my uncle.
Yes. Okay. Chuck, first of all, history with him.
Oh, look, just firstly, before I go on with a little bit of history, I just want to pass on our sincere condolences to Monica, the entire Carlton family, for their loss, our loss, the league's loss, and the community's loss. He was a great man, Nobby. What can you say about him? He was always there. He was a life member, as Nobby said, and Hall of Famer with our club, and worked tirelessly for our club to achieve many good things. He was secretary, he was the treasurer, he was the...
That means that one's
Hang
not
on,
working.
hang on, we've got a problem here. Technical problem. You might have to run through all again, mate. If you can go twice.
Oh,
Sorry, folks, we had a bit of technical issues there. This plug's not working, so we'll have to get that fixed. It'll be done by the end of next season.
So he was a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Life member.
Yep.
President. President. I must say, when I was president for 2 years, I could never have done it without him because he did it all. I just sat back and he told me what to do. But Chuck, even in the 70s when he wasn't officially with us, he was still there because he had Gary, the eldest son, played. Mark played. Michael even played a little bit. Pete played. Boomer played. And now you've got his grandson who's not playing today, Brad Carlton playing. And the other grandson, who was the other grandson? Gary's son?
Yeah.
Young Nobby.
There's a good league of them,
Yeah.
just about.
Yeah, and they
were
all
pretty-
played.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, look, what can you say about a man of his calibre? Look, for the whole time I knew Nobby or Ray, never heard a crossword from him, never heard him or saw him abuse or talk bad about anybody. He was just a thorough gentleman. He's just one of a kind. Yep.
Grub, you told a story this morning after the hashtag finished up about one of the toughest blokes you ever knew about his comment that he put on the socials.
Yeah, well, you remember George Stoyce. George
Yes,
Stoyce
yep,
was never
yep.
backward in coming forward, probably except for Ronnie Rudy, the second toughest bloke in Werribee. And he just put on, I won't go through the whole thing, but at the end of it he goes, every time I run into you, except when Collingwood beat Essendon, of course, but when I walk away, I've got a smile on my face and I'm happy. And you can't say that about too many blokes. You could definitely not say it about you, Chook, but you can say that about Ray Carlton.
Welcome to Grubby's Drive-By Show.
He just made you feel happy. He made you laugh. And George put that on. It was bloody beautiful.
See,
George.
so what we're saying, and I think most people around the league would know, that clubs don't survive without people like Ray Carlton.
Not without Ray. And mind you, Monty as well.
Yeah, well, it always people
They
do forget
supported
that.
each other.
People
They
do forget
supported
that.
each
It's
other.
it
was really
is
good.
your whole family gets sucked into the life of being involved with clubs,
Yep.
don't they?
Oh,
Yep,
yeah. Well,
yep.
Monica did the interchange for about 40 years, sitting in the car. And, of course, when there was a mistake, she blamed Nobby. Oh, it's Nobby's fault.
No, fair enough. Too, fair enough. Too.
And it was always good that every home game, Nobby, Monica would always sit at that special race they had for him, for them. And they would do the stats, they would do the best players. They were just in everything for the club, all the good things for the club.
And now,
you're right.
where they sit, on the gate there is a plaque saying Monty and Nobby's spot.
Right, yep.
You know,
No one's allowed to park there.
That was terrific. They did that for them but it's not just terrific. It should have been done because of what they've done for the Werribee Central Football Club. I can't name two people in a one family that have done any better and any more than Monty and Nob. But I talked to the old man last night. He reckons Nobby was a bloody good footballer as well. I think he'd come from.
He would have been a rover, wouldn't he?
Oh, you would think so. Everyone else was.
He would have played in the 60s, mate. With 6 foot was your ruckman, mate, so he might not have been.
He might have played a bit earlier than that because.
I'd try to be nice.
Yeah, but my dad reckons he was a really good player, Nobby. And look, I know it's sad, but he was 97, Nobby. He had a great innings. He was just a fantastic, fantastic man. I spent a lot of my childhood up there playing cricket and footy in the backyard. He's a Collingwood supporter.
They would have been style and crickets.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. On the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every one of them bagged for Carlton except Uncle Nobby. He was Collingwood. And Collingwood beat him one day.
Anyone who's just, he obviously could fight.
Well, he's come in and all the kids are ready. You know, as soon as Nobby says something, they're going to go, oh, the umpires, oh, the injuries. And he walked in the lounge room and he grinned and walked out and didn't give him the opportunity. He was too smart for him. But I can't say any more about him because I just can't say enough about he's probably one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, he'll be missed. He'll be missed by many. Our club will surely miss him. The community in general around Werribee will miss him because he used to go to the VFA, he used to go to the VFL. He was
Lawn bowls.
He was very, very involved with lawn bowls. So the community and us as a whole will miss him.
And the other thing he achieved, which not many people, Werribee people ever do, he was the number 1 ticket holder for the Geelong District Football League a couple of years ago. So that doesn't happen very often.
And an important thing too, I think we should all remember that he was one hell of a family man. You know, he was. You know, it's just.
Well, they have 7 or 8 kids, and then adopted for a little while a couple of Indigenous boys and that. And there was never too much trouble when you went up there. Matter of fact, you'd come home, you'd have sore stomach just from laughing and laughing and laughing. They're a great, great family.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
R.I.P. Nobby.
yeah. Look, let me say it's always a sad time, but as you said, Grub, 97 years young. It is a good life, and just sitting here for this 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, people get a great insight to what he meant to not only the Werribee Central's Football Netball Club, but the Werribee community and the GDFNL community as well. So it is a sad day or sad week for you and the crew up at the Duck Pond, mate. But hopefully the fond memories live on forever, and his name is spoken about as often as you can.
That will be.
It will
And
be,
I think
sure,
that
sure.
look.
Yep.
And just for any Werribee Central's people listening, I think the funeral's at 10:30 next Thursday, the 11th, at St Andrew's Church.
Okay.
And I tell you what, get there early because they'll be halfway down Grieve Street.
Yep.
All right, Chook. Well, thank you very much for
thank you.
coming in, mate, and giving us a bit of an insight, mate. It's always a sad time, and it's tough to come on radio and talk about these things, mate. And we really do appreciate you giving us 5 minutes of your time, mate. And we'll give you time to wander back over to the Werribee faithful, mate, and enjoy hopefully a wonderful game of football this afternoon.
And if they're losing, you'll just go home to Dot. You watch.
Thanks for having me. And it is a tough gig to try and
It is,
get
mate.
this across.
I couldn't have done it on my own.
And we feel for him. So,
And we do appreciate you doing that, mate, and giving up
Thank
the
you.
time to come in and speak to us,
Thank you.
mate. Really
Thank
do.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
Chook.
much.
Good on you.
Thanks, Chook.
guys. Thanks.
All right, well, back to the someone. There's a text message come in, Grub, that said your sunnies look great. So there you go.
Oh, who said that?
Paints.
I had to wear them. I had
Yeah,
to
you
wear
did,
them
mate.
just in case I started crying up in the
Abs-
lobby.
Absolutely fine. So, condolences to the Werribee Central's Football and Netball Club on the loss of Ray Carlton. And Brad was named, but obviously not playing now.
And it's not because of that. He
No.
hurt himself at work, apparently, from what I'm told.
There
So.
you go. There you go. That does happen. All right, the umpires are out. The players are out.
Who were they, the umpires?
Uh,
Yeah, you got to go to the phone.
Fred, Peter, and Alex.
You haven't had your pick.
Hey,
You haven't had your pick.
Corio for me.
Okay.
How's that?
How are we going? Well, I'll tell you what.
Richie's, Peeler, and Pierce are the umpires.
Righto. Can I just butt in? Our quarter-by-quarter sponsors today are the Great Morris Finance, Buckley's, DeGrande Cycles has been with us for 100 years, so thanks to you. Connectel, they're a new one on board, so we'll get used to them. And some of our other sponsors for the year, Routley's, they'll be the mark of the day for today. Corio Bay Health, the goal of the day. Kempy Engineering, the Com the Fiend, Yards, Raiders Bingo, the Hotham Hotel, and thanks for those extra vote cards because I might be going to Hotham a few times this year for a free tea. Elders Insurance and Promote It Trophies and Apparel. So, and by the way, you'll also see Athlete's Foot. They will sponsor the MVP this year, and that's voted by the opposition coaches in football and netball.
Well, thanks to Routleys. My daughter, she manages the new store out in South Geelong. Just text me. She's bringing us some apple cakes from Routleys. So
Hey,
that's fantastic.
get this runner off the ground. Have a look at him. He's starting fights already. Get off the ground, O'Toole.
All right, folks, we're just about to kick off. A couple of minutes. Everyone's ready to go. Corio will be kicking towards the northern end of the ground, so the houses, and we'll be kicking towards the Purnell Road end. I will hand over to, we have said, Steelo, we do have the Morris Finance first quarter, so we are about to get going. Dale, over to you, mate.
Breeze sail to the right.
Umpire with the ball in hand, the ball goes up. Daly, the first tap down, comes out, ball's cleared away there. It's going to be coming away through Hall. Hall goes out towards the half-forward line, coming out to meet the ball. And I can't tell you who that player is just yet. He's got the handball away. That was Herschel Carr, actually it was. He got the handball away, put his teammate under pressure, where we provide a lot of pressure on that centre wing, and a ball up will occur. Umpire to take possession.
Slight breeze to the left, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think
Corio
so.
got it, I think.
Yep.
So Ruckman again, Daly this time out the back door, goes towards Culliver, runs back towards the boundary line, has time to pick the ball up, went left, then back on his left boot, along the boundary he goes. Kick wasn't great, but it was picked up nicely out there by Mackenzie. Unfortunately, ball now goes over the boundary line, have a throw-in front of the club rooms here at Corio.
I forgot me bloody binoculars.
Special comments. Love it.
So again, Ruckman in position, ball thrown back in quickly again. Both Ruckman got a bit of a hand on it this time, coming through. Picked up out there by James, dug that nicely, fends off, puts the ball to boot and goes into their half-forward line. Again, runners required here. Jelinek leads in the race for the ball. It comes out and it's going to be taken out there by Gibson, who tries to put a bit of pressure on. Oh, he took the opposition player
That's
high
gotta be a
there.
free
Had to be a
It
free
is.
kick.
It is a free kick.
Gee,
It was.
he late, but he was right.
So it's going to be 50 now. And it's going to be,
Dickhead.
that's Ethan Gibson, mate. He was the one that caused a bit of trouble last year, wasn't he, I think?
I don't know.
Got involved. But anyway, he's going to get another 50 now, so he's now got
on
100.
the line. Destin Burns, the first one for the year. Dale.
Yes, and he's going to not even have a man on the mark here, so they do get the first. And Corio are on the board there. 1 goal straight. Werribee Central's yet to score. 1.5 minutes gone. Morris Finance first got a scoreboard.
Well, that's exactly what you don't want first couple of minutes of the first game of the season, to give away the free kick, which was a dead set free kick, without any care of at all, and then give a 50, and then give another 50. You might as well kick it for them. And that's exactly what you don't want. Panda, get out there and tell him you can't do that.
No, please, no, Grubby.
But I'm a bit disappointed in that. Like, this is your first game can shape your season. You don't want to go with ill discipline like that for the one bloke. And if I was Prismal, I'd be just about ready to drag this bloke and give him a great foot up the bum and say, hey, get out there and play the game properly, son.
All right, back in the middle now. Green versus Daly. Daly wins that one quite convincingly. Calls out towards Bennett. Ball kicked off the ground out in front of him. No, now. Off the ground again. Werribee just moving the ball forward. Great little Shepherd picked up there by Chesterman. Quick handball over top. Puts his team under pressure. Repelled here by Corio. Not a great handball. Comes back to Bennett. He's tackled as he gets rid of it. The umpire has paid in the back. So Joel Bennett will be the recipient of the free kick on the half-back line.
That's 50.
Commentary side of the ground, Dale.
Yes.
So he goes in short. Finds Green. Green goes the handball here. Out to Matty James. Matty James swings it out wide. Transfers play to the opposite side of the ground. Running onto the ball here is Ash. Ash now looks up. Left foot kick. Looking forward but not finding his teammate there. Ball falls in the hands. That James again has a quick shot at goal. Comes across. And the mark will be taken there by Tate Camilleri. Now Camilleri in the back pocket here for Werribee. Looked the transfer play across but changed his mind. Come out towards Gibson. So Gibson looking to redeem himself here, Grubb. A bit of time, goes back in through the middle, spears the ball in nicely. Picked up their handball across, coming out now for Werribee, but it's going to be chopped off here, and it has been. So that is Doyle. So Doyle for Corio. Plays on a great smother there by McDonald. But the ball's won back again. Handball, that might be too high, I think. No, the umpire hasn't seen it. He has, the umpire further down the ground has seen it. The kick was there. So Braden Cotter will be the recipient. So Cotter now almost in the centre circle. As,
Yeah, Kefai had that.
there you go. That's what I thought. Dylan Kefai shall be the recipient of the free kick now. Look to go to Cotter. Goes out short. That'd barely be 15, but doesn't hit the target anyway. Puts Cotter under a hell of a lot of pressure. Looking for a free kick. Well done here by Werribee. Take the ball out. So McDonald's been in a few things here. Grubb looking good.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think once he got the free kick, that young fella, forget about where Braden Cotter is, roosted down the ground because the ball back in Werribee's favour. Just early in the year, just kick the bloody thing.
Right in front of the commentary box. Dale, do you want to take over, mate? We can see.
Yeah, you can do that. That's nice. Thank you, Spider. Daly again wins the ball down, goes towards Culliver. Needs to hit the handball out, got it out, not too far. Umpire says incorrect disposal. Free kick will go to Joel Bennett. So Joel Bennett now just attacking side of centre wing. He's not going to muck around with it. He's going to go a bit longer into their forward line. Goes looking for BJ O'Toole. Mark not taken out there. Player arrives, pushes the ball over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in which will take place just outside the half-forward line there for Corio.
The runner didn't go out to his nephew, Grubb, for dropping a chest mark. Ooh.
Green, the ball a bit low there. The umpire has called it back. He said we're going to have that once again. So another throw-in to take place. Young fella to get the ball back. Green read that nicely off the umpire's hands there. But this time the same thing's going to apply. There's Daly down to Culliver once again. He gets himself out of trouble. Handball goes over the top. Miller up the overlap now, and they run through the middle of the ground. It's good work there. It's in the hands of Stevenson, I think it is. He's looking to go long into the forward line. Does so now. And there's going to be a free kick down the field. Mark, I think, was also taken. So umpire will bring a player back and an opportunity now for the scores to be level up with Cam Saliba. He's one of the young kids you said, Grabber, that coming through.
Yeah, he's one of the boys from the under-18s, yeah. Oh, tell you what, I hope he misses, because I've got Harley Kilby for first goal.
Oh, that's right. So Saliba now comes in, kicks that goal, and he's had your wish there, Grub. He's offline for a minor score.
You're a horrible supporter, Grub.
Oh, I tipped $5 each, first and seconds. I got the fullback in the first and the back pocket in the seconds.
So it's 1 goal straight Corio. Werribee Centrals are 1 behind. We've gone just over 6.5 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
The Eric Nichols Memorial Clock made an appearance. Grubby didn't know where it was. But anyway.
We're going to get Eric in during the year too. He said he'd come on a couple
wonderful,
of times.
wonderful. So Joel Bennett to bring the ball in. Chips the ball out wide. Lovely, lovely kick, finding Matty James on defensive 50. So James spears one in short, looking for Hall, picks the ball up, handballs over the top. Nice little give and get there. Ball's in the hands of O'Toole, Kyle, whose kick has gone completely astray, out of bounds in the full, almost into the Shell Club car park. So we'll take a bit of time while they retrieve it.
He just held onto it too long and allowed the Werribee Centrals fellow to tackle him. If he kicks the ball a fraction early, he doesn't get tackled and the kick's probably better.
So the ball to be brought back in. Werribee right in front of the Cryo's coach's box here. Looking for and finding. No, chopped off there. Well done by Doyle again. Handball comes out. Lands in Matty James' hands again. He's looking for options now. Spears one in the middle. He's got a player on his own. Fantastic kick there. So Logan Dixon now. Just between centre wing and half back. The umpire's just calling the bloke on the mark back a little bit here. So Dixon looking at his options. Goes across the ground, got 2 of them, picked out the Werribee bloke on his own. Who's that, Grub? I can't see the number. Porter. Ball's anyways been kicked forward by Hall in the dangerous spot here for Corio. Off the ground, kicked up, leading to the race is Matty Jelenic, who kicks his first for the season, the second for Corio. Corio now 2 goals straight, 12, leading Werribee 1 behind. And we've gone 8 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
Jeez, I know if the game's only just started, but even though it was a long way back, Matty James has been involved in both of them. His brilliant field kicking down here was magnificent. He's been involved 2 or 3 times just here. And Corio, look, Werribee moved the ball really, really well through the middle, but couldn't score. It was a bad miss. But when Corio get it down there, they're kicking goals, and that's the nature of the game.
He said maybe a slight breeze going that way, Grub.
Oh, there will be, but not too much. I wouldn't be worried too much.
So back in the middle once again, ball thrown up by the umpire. Daly gets it down, but it's actually Green gets the last tap, goes into the hands of James. Once again, he's tackled from behind. Yes, it is, and the umpire's allowed things to go on now. Crennan picks the ball up into the half-forward line. Kick wasn't that good. Picked up there by Cotter on the half-back line, puts boot to ball, goes back towards centre wing. Leading on the race for the ball out far side there. I reckon there's Murdoch, yes it is. And the ball has gone back over the boundary line.
Maybe he's a goal with the
helmet on. He'll be easy to grab.
Actually, when I first saw him out there, I thought it was Matty Miller with a helmet. I thought that maybe something happened in the off-season. But the ball thrown back in by the umpire. Green this time gets the ball out the back. Crennan read that nicely on the right boot, goes into their forward line. Kick wasn't that great again. That's put a bit of pressure on his teammate. But again, the defence of the Corio side is working very nicely. Picks the ball up and they go back towards centre wing. Coming across, ball is read nicely out there. And that was through Keegan Gilbert, but he takes the ball over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in, which will take place again, just not too far from where we sit, Spider. So that's another game.
It's good for you, mate.
For me to keep calling right at this present time. So this time the umpire throws that ball in. That's a little bit more height. Again, not much distance, but in front. Daly had it. Chessman also had it. Went to Matty James. He tackles. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw-in, which will take place again right on centre wing.
Who's got the Werribee team sheet? Have I got it or not?
So Daly and Green again. Daly, the big body in front. Ball comes out the back. Picked up. Chessman couldn't take it again. Matty James tries to get in and out of trouble. Had an attempt at trying to do it, but unfortunately couldn't get boot to ball. Free kick will go to Chessman. I think he has to come back behind the mark, and that's what he's going to do now.
Yeah.
Umpire will call him back. Nothing mentioned, nothing gained, they say, but it was always going to be a situation where the ball would come back.
Got to try, mate. Got to try.
No, that's it. So Chesterman now on centre wing, little short kick, went straight into the hands of the player on the boundary line.
No, that's not deliberate.
No.
He thought Joel Bennett was on the ground. But bugger it was still deliberate up.
And what do you reckon for anyway, Joel? Get back out there. So ball back with the umpire.
Cut it out, Jamesy.
So umpire going with the ball. Daly front position. He's going to hold up. Green needs to get in front, but his ball comes out the back. Picked up by Taylor. Off the contest. Goes back into the forward line. Well read out there. Mark has been taken by Doyle, who was a good player for them last year. And so far, their defence is holding up very nicely. A short kick over the top will find Hall. Again, just inside the field of play. Ash runs past, but he's ignored. He's just going to go longer now. Back towards centre wing. In front, Green tries to. Mark couldn't take the mark. Picked up it there by Kyle O'Toole. His tackle ball will come to ground, and the umpire will come in. 11.5 gone. It is Corio. They are 2 straight goals. They lead Werribee 1 behind.
The ball thrown up. Green wins that one down. Picked up by Keeley. The ball comes out to Kerr. He tackled immediately. Could be a free kick against Toby Bennett. So free kick to Werribee right on centre wing in front of the commentary box. It's good to see it this side of the ground, Dale. I like when the westerly blows, mate, or easterly blows. It keeps it in our spot. So Kerr chips the ball across. Nice little kick there. So now we have Stevenson with the ball in hand. Goes quickly to De Leon, who then goes long. Got a player in space out here, but the ball's gone too far over the head, and that was over the head of Ben Leonard, who was the late inclusion for Brad Carlton.
Yes.
So just past the Werribee coach's box. I'll lean forward so I can see what's going on. Ball to be thrown back in. Going to be a fantastic duel between Green and Daly today, I think. It's been the only 2 ruckmen, or 1 for each side. Ball comes in.
The big fella's going up here.
Halloran's come into the ruck, obviously going forward. Hall first to the ball, but he's given a helping hand across the line, and we'll have a repeat of what just happened. So Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard says Corio on 12 points, leading Werribee, who are 1 solitary behind. Ball to come back in now. Ball thrown in. Green reaches over top, but O'Halloran did well in the second attempt. Joel Bennett gets a handball out towards his brother, who feeds another one out quickly, finds Herschel Carr diving on top. Carr goes back and gets the ball again, tries to feed it forward, doesn't happen. Picked up by Miller. His kick is smothered straight away. Quick handball out. Kerr knocks the ball out again. Can't get a free kick, and the umpire has pinned it out. Grubby, well picked up, mate. So Kerr will have a shot at goal for Werribee. Perhaps he'll be kicking from right on 50 into a slight breeze.
You're trying to handle that to me, Jamesy.
Handball, Addy. Anyway, Kerr will be kicking from right on 50. So, Grubby, haven't seen a lot of his kicking.
No, me either.
It would take a fair effort from here, kicking into the breeze, but he's gone back very, very deliberate in his approach. There's not much movement up forward, so maybe they're backing him in. Comes in now, crosses the 50, sinks the boot into it. He's just pushed it wide, and the wind's taken it a bit further. The umpire says, no, that's mine. That's another minor score to Werribee, who move on to 2 behinds, trailing Corio, 2 goals, 12 points. Gone 14 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. So, Joel Bennett with the kicking in duties again. Goes to the far side of the ground. Nice rooster air, looking for teammates. Goes over the head, running onto it is that Jelenic. Picked that ball up, gets a handball across. It was Green probably, sorry. Gets a handball over the top. Goes out of bounds, so 1 kick, and they're on centre wing, Dale. Just on the nice close side of the ground.
Hey, I know the umpire used great common sense, but with Benno sent on this side, that was deliberate, wasn't it? Technically.
Oh, well. No, well, there's a player in the vicinity, but he wasn't on the ground. You're right. You're right. So Keeley gets the ball, gets a handball up to Green, goes back and gets it once again. He looks to get himself out of trouble, put himself back in trouble with some disposal that wasn't that great. The ball's gone over the boundary line. Umpire will, again, throw the ball back in, far side of the ground.
Remember the days when a bloke with a bald head was easy to pick out, Dale?
Yeah.
Used to make it easy for you.
Try to get it that way. Ball gain. Daly front position comes out to the front. Joel Bennett dives on top. Might be in trouble here. Daly over the top. Umpire says
Hold the ball.
He's holding the ball. Paddy Daly will be the recipient. The big fella gets up.
Isn't it?
It is 2. Yes, you're right there.
I think Daly's sitting in the coach's
You
box.
might be right. So he's gone long into their forward line. Linehan Cunningham over the top, couldn't pick the ball up. Ball taken out of the hands there.
defence.
It was good work there, and it's been cleared away. Ball goes outside from Doyle out towards Matty James. He goes back inside, set Joel Bennett up. Matty Miller read that nicely, sneaks in, and he takes the mark. So back in the middle of the ground, goes to Murdoch. Across the ground they go. Kick is okay. Mark has been taken out there by Kilby. Just need to be 40 metres down the ground. Grubby might have been a chance. Picked up, kicked back towards goal. That is a great little kick.
Bloke.
Josh McDonald, he has got his first of the afternoon. And and also Werribee. They move to 1-2, and they trail Corio, who are 2 straight goals. 15, almost 16 minutes gone. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
Kicked a couple of really nice goals in the practice match. Very, very dangerous around goals, and if he gets it a fair few times, I think you'll see a few goals from him.
Is he new? Is he?
No, he played last year.
Did he?
Remember last year against Belpost Hill, he tricked him a little bit, and he got a couple of 50s and a second kick.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's a cheeky little bugger.
That was the game that I wasn't there.
Yeah, he's a cheeky little bugger. But I do see what you say before. There's a difference between, not much difference between Matty Miller and young Murdoch. Only about 21 years. One's 18, one's 38.
Oh, they both move the same. Put a hat on Matty Miller.
Back in the middle, Green wins this tap down towards Bennett. Joel picks the ball up, chips the ball beautifully, and hits Hayden Burns on the chest. Burns plays on straight away, and that's a fantastic kick.
Beautiful football.
And finds Destin Burns. So we've got Mr. Burns and Mr. Burns. So Destin Burns already has one. He is inside. Is he going there? I thought he was going around the corner kick for a second then. So he'd be kicking from about 40 metres.
Should bar that this league.
I think we should bar it full stop, Dale. Anyway, Destin Burns already has one for Corio, looking for his second for the afternoon. Coming in now. Deliberate approach. Drops the ball in the boot. Goes across the face of goal. There's a free kick in the back, I think, to go to Werribee, the last line of defence. So that's gone. Is that O'Halloran? No, hasn't gone to him. So ball is chipped out now. Ball slipped in the shadows of the tree there. Did want to pick it up. Chipped it back in the middle though, and a lot of pressure being applied here. Ball still in. De Leon gets it knocked out of his hands. Coming across there, picked up there by that was who's kicked that? Is that Savanka's kicked that? That was. So young Brock Savanka gets his first in senior footy for Corio. Gets their third. They move to 3 goals straight. 18. Werribee 1-2-8 on the Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. Gone 18 minutes.
Jeez, I don't mind sides that use the corridor. But when you use the corridor, you've got to come in around about the middle. You can't go to the corridor from the back pocket at centre half back, because that's what happens. There was 4 or 5 blokes that could have finished up kicking that goal. That ball should have went out to the boundary line. I think it might have been young De Leon, was it? And
he's got tackled, yeah.
Yeah, under pressure and kicks it back into centre half back. That's just gifting Corio a goal. You have got to go to boundary line and play some defensive football.
So back in the middle we go. This time Green over the top. Ball comes out through Matty Miller, and he runs nicely through the middle of the ground. Matty James, sorry. And he kicks forward for the Corio side. We've started already. Grub, don't give me that look. Ball's gone over the boundary line 20 metres around the behind post.
You know what the tail of the game is here?
Hey?
Yeah, the tail of the game is here to stop Bennett and James. Daly is sitting over here. The other bloke, to me, doesn't look like a ruckman, and he's getting flogged by Jack Green, and he was beating Jack Green. You've got to get Daly on the ground for as long as you possibly can.
So ball back in the umpire's hands. Ball comes out of that contest. Again, Clyde looked like he had the ball. It comes out. Again, to full forward position. Tackle was laid. Again, Corio working hard to keep the ball in their forward line. Comes out. Oh, that may have been high, and umpire's seen it the same way. And that's going to be Herschel Carr, who will go back now and have a look at his first goal for Corio.
Could be a trip to the coach's box again today, I think.
It's only a short trip this time, Grub.
You'd be able to yell, Grub, and still get the same message through. So Carr now from directly in front, only a kick of about 20 metres. He's gone back to the
they have to get him
point
back
of
on
the square.
Bounce. Hey, where's he going? Oh, that's interchange there.
Yeah. So Carr now steps towards goal. Kicks at goal. Kick looks okay. Umpire says it is okay, and that is their 4th. They move to 4 straight. They lead the Werribee Central side on 1-2. We have gone just on 20 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Well, you've got to say, when Corio get it out of the middle, they're moving the ball really, really well, and their forwards, what they're doing is reaping the rewards, but they're giving something back too. They're kicking it straight, and that's what good football teams do. Now, they've got to do it for 4 quarters, but they've done it so far, and they've been very, very impressive. But now we'll see if they can do it again with Paddy Daly back in the ruck, because it might affect the tap out.
So, as Grubby said, the aforementioned Daly to go up against Green. Ball in the air. Daly does win the tap out. It's knocked forward beautifully then. Quick little kick down forward. Picked up there by Toby Bennett. Handball chopped off. Goes after his own ball, but Matty James emerges with it from the pack. Gets a handball across now, looking out wide. Nope, goes back, doubles up, back to James. who tries to evade a tackle. Quick kick in. Only one bloke home there for anybody, and that's Paddy Daly. Takes the mark, goes quickly the handball. Long ball forward here for Werribee. As much home, though. Oh, James probably spilt what he should have taken. Quick picked up by McDonald, but forced off the ball again. Kicked long out at Corio's defence now. Green against the shorter opponent. Does well, brings it down. Doyle does it. Gets a handball across to Bennett. Bennett in a bit of space, bit of time. Too much on the kick. Punched away. De Leon Rose very, very well. Feeds a handball across. They're Werribee running the ball well. We've got players loose in the middle here now, so Stevenson a bit of time. Gets a handball across. But intercepted again, so bad bounce. You got to hit your targets. But Werribee back with the ball again. Murdoch with a interesting punt forward. Use of the body comes back. That's a great little pick up by Stevenson again. Hooks on the left foot. Doesn't matter. Bad in the distance. Werribee take a grab right in the centre square. Right in the goal square. So, I hope this wasn't the bloke you had, Grubby. No, it wasn't. So, this is Leonard again. So, Leonard from about 3 metres out, directly in front. Kicks the ball into Purnell Road. So, that is the second goal for Werribee. They move to 2-2-14, trailing Corio of 4 straight 24. We've gone 22 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, I'm not a bloke who says I told you so, but I bloody well told you so, didn't I? As soon as Paddy Daly goes back into the ruck, Werribee get the next goal. And, all right, there was a bit of play before that, but I'll be crucified for saying this, but if that wasn't a push in the back by young McDonald with both hands on the Corio defender, I'm not here. And the umpire was in a bad spot and couldn't see it, and we could, but that was a dead set push out in the back, and it should have been a free kick to Corio, if you ask me. But Smithy?
Just what we didn't ask
you.
you.
Seen it?
I watched that. Yeah.
The lights from his arm was on.
Push.
I've seen worse, but yeah. Ball back in the middle this time. Green got the first tap, and it's tapped further afield by James. Goes towards Miller. He couldn't pick it up. Joel Bennett goes long and quickly into the forward line. Good spoil in the forward half, but it's going to be picked up. Jelinek runs across. Couldn't pick the ball up. Savenka, he was tackled and high.
Yes.
And I saw that one grab. Yeah. It's going to be a free kick going to young Savenka again. So again, from the boundary or from the forward pocket, an opportunity to kick his second goal of the quarter. He's looking to go inside to Destin Burns, but he's held things up. They should tell him to take his time, go back now. And that's what he's going to do.
It's not such a hard kick here at Corio, is it?
No.
The goal face is open for him.
Goes the banana around the corner, went straight across the face of goals. Going to be cleaned up out there. Its numbers are with the Werribee side, and it's going to be cleared away. There's nice work there from Kilby. A long kick outside. Went back into the middle of the ground. Leonard couldn't take the mark. Now they've been put under a bit of pressure. Doyle does nicely. Got in and out of trouble. Back into the middle of the ground. Numbers this time with Corio. Picked up James. Goes back on the right side and goes with the long handball outside. Was good to Bartolo. And he goes into their forward line. Daly couldn't pick the ball up there. Work from O'Toole. The handball comes away to De Leon. He goes across the face of goal. Again, the pressure there. And again, it's going to be a free kick.
Werribee.
No, Werribee. Oh, you put the arm out the other way.
No, he's going to young
Camilleri.
He's
He's done it again, come across the goal. Nearly cost him another goal.
Yep.
Get someone out to him. You cannot do that.
So they were a bit lucky there. Camilleri with the ball in their full back position. He now plays on. He's going to come to where we sit out wide. Oh! He went up and he came down. Didn't have the ball, but Taylor now has the ball. Pressure from behind. Good chase there. And now the ball has gone into the half-forward line. Mark is not taken.
Look out.
And here he is again, McDonald on the left boot. And can he finish? Yes, he can. Josh McDonald has his second, but Werribee's third. They are now 3-2. Corio are 4 straight. And we have gone just on 24 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
He probably ran a little bit too far, Taylor. He still got it out, but allowed Toby Bennett to get him and tackle him very, very hard. He's had a lot of injuries, Taylor, and he got up a bit gingerly, but he looks all right. They move the ball very, very well, and if you move it well and McDonald's there, look out. He's a dangerous, dangerous forward.
The ground out here grubs in pretty good nick, so it's not a better place to fall.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Except in the middle. Where it was that hard, they had to water it. Now there's a bit of mud there, but the cricket went pretty late. So
It did. Ball back in the middle now. A Green versus Daly again. Up in the air it goes. Green wins that one down over the top. Bounces off Taylor's chest. Joel Bennett runs through. Bit of a mongrel punt going forward. That's a fantastic grab down there. Taken by Porter. So, a bit of a how do you do going on. Justin Porter now chips the ball across and finds Kilby. So now Kilby with a bit of time, bit of space. Was going to go long, but it's probably a bit of kicking towards here. Ball lands at Kerr at the back, handballs the ball over, looking for Taylor, who overran the ball, but still good enough to win the ball back. So ball is driven back forward here by Werribee on the half forward. Well, that's a fantastic grab there. So Werribee on the centre half forward. He's playing on. No, not he has. That was Linehan Cunningham who kicks the ball into space looking for a Halloran. Falls into the hands of McDonald. Great little handball out here. So Tyler Crennan chicks around the body. Can't quite bring it back far enough. Another behind to Werribee, who moved to 3-3-21. Trailing Corio, who are 4 straight 24. We've gone 26 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
That was young Tate Camilleri who come along here there a minute ago. That was pretty good footy.
Was good footy. Was good footy. So Joel Bennett with the kicking in duties again. Sizing up his options. Plenty of movement, but he's decided to come out short to Matty James, who's brought his own footy to Corio by looks for grub.
He has.
So James in the back pocket here. Chips the ball back to Bennett. So Bennett of the Joel variety, just sizing up options next to the behind post. Comes out long here looking for his brother, finds him. Nice grab. Bit of pressure put on the back there by Camilleri. So,
and it's kept him very deep in the pocket. So.
It has. So next kick, vitally important here, Grubb. So he's been called to play on. So he just comes long down the line right in front of the commentary box. Kerr is in the odd spot. Green comes over the back, knocks it down, falls in the Hall. Hall goes to get the handball out. But it's knocked out of bounds by the Werribee defence. And that was Ethan Gibson. So we'll have a boundary line throw in right in front of the Werribee coaches box here at All-in-One Oval. So Daly and Green to go at it again. Green takes front position. Probably wins it down, but certainly wins the second tap. So Camilleri gets a quick handball across to Crennan. Crennan goes in long. That's
good
a fantastic kick by Tyler Crennan. Hits Linehan Cunningham on the chest, just outside 50, looking for a short one. Goes in, and there's that man again, Grubby.
Yeah.
Lands on the chest of Josh McDonald. Already has 2 for Werribee.
Well, let's see how good he is in a set shot. He's been perfect on the run, but the set shot, I don't know.
He's Josh McDonald's gone short, and it's not a great option because now it's a 2-on-1 situation. Set McKenzie a task. And what's happened here? Free kick.
Tackle. Yeah, too high.
Sorry, I was setting my glasses back up then. So Toby Bennett comes across and finds Matty James. Still deep in the back pocket here for Corio. James goes off now. Gets a handball through the middle to Doyle, who the old 1-2 back to James, racking up possessions. Goes long down the line now. Not much home here. So big Daly. That's a great ball. Green just loses his footing in the aforementioned soft spot. It's probably pushing the back, is it?
He fell forward with it.
But Miller was playing it. You know, he was making the play, mate. You can't do that anymore.
There's nothing else a Corio bloke couldn't
No,
do.
there isn't. There isn't. So that's the rules these days, apparently, mate. Anyway, ball in the hands of Crennan now. True centre half forward position for Werribee. Looking for options. Pack forward line. He goes short. He's found space on his own. At Linehan Cunningham grub.
Yep.
We know he's a wonderful kick for goal.
Yeah,
Sometimes. Well, this one to put the Werribee Central's side in front for the first time this afternoon. So we've ticked over 29 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard here at All-in-One Oval. So Bryce Linehan Cunningham coming in. Looks her off the boot as he pushed it to the right fraction. The goal umpire says yes, he has. So he has his first score for the afternoon. Werribee moved to 3-4-22, trailing Corio, who are 4 goals straight, 24. 29 and a bit minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
I know Joel Bennett does this a lot, but isn't he better value up the ground, being that next player?
Well, once he kicks it in, he can't get it.
That's right.
Someone else kicks it in. More often than not, he does get it. So you are 100% right, Dale.
So ball from the full-back position, he goes out wide, ball goes over the top, runs back towards the boundary line, short, picked that up nicely, got the handball back, and it's going to be Hall that leads, or kicks the ball towards centre wing. Ball up there, Destin Byrne, good strong tackle out there. They're putting a bit of pressure on. Keeley comes away with the ball, goes long into their forward line. Got out the back. O'Toole, actually it wasn't O'Toole that time, it was Burns. He had some opportunity to pick the ball up, has another go at it, kicks back towards the goal square. Ball runs across the face and will be pushed through for a minor score. So we have 4 goals, 1 now to the Corio side, and it is 3-4 to the Werribee side. Just over 30 minutes ticked by. D-line, he's gone back to the goal square.
That one was fine. He had nowhere else to go.
He's put a bit of pressure on his teammate there in Stevenson, but he takes the mark now, and another short kick goes out wide. This time it's going to be taken out there by Gibson. He plays on now and goes towards centre wing. Daly over the top of his head. Linehan Cunningham is there. with the sandwich. BLC goes along over the top towards their half-forward line, but going back nicely again is Doyle. Actually, I thought he took the mark. That's why I put my head down. But it runs to the forward line. Chesterman kicks the ball off the ground and over the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw. Oh, he's played deliberate.
Didn't hit the Corio bloke on the way through.
No, he's paid a free kick to Werribee.
No, but he's played deliberate, but he kicked it into the Corio bloke.
No, they switched it around now.
That's the way it should have been if it's deliberate, which it bloody well wasn't. That's a terrible decision.
Yeah, I
Not a
thought
great
so too.
decision.
He's just kicked at the
The
ball.
mark has been taken out there. Matty James this time plays on, goes quickly, brings the ball out wide, races on, and I think the boundary line is going to be the winner here.
This might be yours,
And it
Dale.
will be. That's the case, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in as we tick over 31 minutes. It is 4-1 Corio, 3-4 to the Werribee side. And as I said, 31 minutes gone.
Right in front of us, Dale, again. So, anyway,
Jeez, I might call this then.
no, you won't.
I'm obviously a better call than you do. I just can't see.
Yeah, okay. So, Daly and Green. Daly takes front spot, wins the tap down beautifully. Wrapped up in the tackle straight away. Well, I think we'll have a... no, we're not, are we?
There is no way known that he's holding the ball, umpire. What a terrible decision.
I think Michael Culliver's a little bit stiff there. But
Unbelievable.
Hall takes
You've got
the
to
kick.
know the rules.
Siren has gone. So Morris Finance first quarter sees Corio 4-1-25, leading Werribee 3-4-22. Goal kickers, Dale.
Goal kickers to this stage of the game for the home side Corio, all individual. Herschel Carr, Matthew Jelinek, Brock, Savanka and Destin Burns. And for the Werribee side, they're three. Josh McDonald with two, and Ben Leonard has the other. So take a short break, come back. We'll go through everything here that's happened in the first quarter. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. 4. And as I said, the 4 individual goal kickers for the home side, and Josh McDonald is the double goal kicker for the Werribee side. And they're going along pretty nicely themselves. They've had enough shots at goal, but just couldn't get the right, I suppose, through the middle, is that's what they're trying to say, is they needed to kick a little bit straighter, and they might have been a leader at quarter time, and we believe that they may be kicking with a bit of a breeze.
Yes, I
this
think
quarter.
so. Around the grounds, quarter time, we believe. Bannockburn 3-1-19, lead Anarchy 3 behinds. Belmont 2-8-20, lead Inverleigh 1-1.
God.
Belpost Hill 3-2-20, lead East Geelong 3-1-19. Ballerine, if I can find them. Grubby's so interested in the Ballerine League. The other game, obviously, is a game tonight. And the other game, Thompson and Winch's no score. So, Drysdale 16, lead Bowen Heads 1. Newcombe 24, lead Torquay 21. Ocean Grove 14, lead Port 13. And there's no score from the Queenscliff John Amner game. So, that's around the grounds, or the Anglesea Mottawarri game.
Is that on my website too, Spider?
You should be able to get it, mate. Yeah, you should be able to. I just noticed it wasn't updating, so I jumped back on the other website. So, some close and interesting games. I was going to ask Grubby who his best players were in for a summary, but he decided to take a phone call. So, Dale, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Look, I was impressed. As I said, we didn't know what Corio were going to bring. We thought they might have been small, but they did move the ball very, very well. Their work from the middle of the ground is something that's, I think, has held them in good stead so far. They've been well led out there by Joel Bennett, which we just expect that's just going to be a given. But Matty James, as I said, Spider, at different times, he looks like he's brought his own ball to the contest today. He probably looks as fit as now as I reckon I've seen him in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Obviously, at Belpost Hill last year was dragged back in. Probably never got the base that he wanted to play football, but I'll tell you what, he's back at his very, very, very best. Jackson Doyle has been good down in defence for the Corio side. As we said, that could have been an issue for them, but he's been able to hold up down there pretty nicely, along with Toby Bennett, as we know, are good players for that side. For the Werribee side, as I said, to this stage, I reckon there's been probably none better than Culliver through the middle of the ground. He's been good. He's got hands on balls. Tyler Crennan, he's one of my favourite players from Werribee. He seems to always find the ball, and he's a good user, and he's delivered the ball nicely into their forward line. But I think Grubby mentioned a couple of times, without Pat Daly in the middle of the ground, the Werribee side might have been a fair bit of pain, I would think. He's just been able to take control and at least give them some sort of use out of the middle.
Yeah, I'm going to throw Josh McDonald in there. I thought he was so dangerous. He did his job up there. Ball didn't come up there that well. And I just reckon in the first part of the quarter, Corio looked $1 million. Maybe that a little bit of a breeze. But Werribee had to really, really fight back. And fight back they did. They had a chance to go into the lead. They do have a breeze now, so they've probably got to use it. Although Corio seemed to use it. They kicked straight, as you said. They did just about everything right. And I tell you what, we could be in for a really good game here. A really good game.
Yeah, I think so, mate. It was a cracking opening. No quarter given, none asked for. I think you're right, though. Tyler Crennan and Joel Bennett, you just know what you're going to get every week, don't you, Dale?
Yes, mate, and that's exactly what they need to do, I suppose. But as I said, I'm pretty impressed with that young Tate Camilleri as well.
He played last year.
He doesn't seem to be afraid to put himself into the contest.
Not a lot of him.
No, and he moves pretty nicely, and he's a good user of the ball, and that's all you can ask for is when you come into this level of football, that you hold the poise and can get the ball from one player to another. And he's been doing that pretty nicely.
Well, as we say in cricket, mate, you don't judge a pitch until both sides have batted on it. Now we can have a look with Werribee kicking towards the housing in the northern end of the ground, see what this wind is doing.
The other bloke was impressive at times and showed his class was Linehan Cunningham. I thought he was pretty good at times. Dale wouldn't mention him in there because he just struggles with his name.
So he said the sandwich, the BLC.
But all in all, pretty entertaining first quarter.
Yeah, you're right, mate. It really was.
Now, I've just spoken to Daryl Jarvis.
Yes.
When they watch the live screen, we keep talking on radio, but they don't hear it. Daryl thinks it might be appropriate that if we just keep when you got the live stream on, keep us on the live stream talking, if you can do that.
So siren has sounded here. Second quarter is underway. Trennan kicks the ball off the ground. Didn't travel too far. Went to Chesterman. Chesterman gets the ball for the field. Picks the ball up there. Was Doyle. Got a handball back inside. Put his teammate Green under a fair bit of pressure. Umpire says let's have another ball up in the middle of the ground, or pretty close to. And he gets up and hands the ball back to the umpire. So again, Daly and Green back in the middle of the ground. This time Green up over the top. Did that nicely into the hands of Bennett. Quick boot goes into their half-forward line. Coming out to meet the ball. Kicked off the ground there nicely was Gibson. Timed that and headed towards the boundary line. Needs to pick the ball up. Has some pressure out there. Was the Corio side.
Free kick to Billy O'Toole, is it?
I think it may. Well, he's paid. I'm not too sure what he's paid.
It's against BJ for holding the ball.
I don't know whether it could have been. Never even picked it up, did he?
Don't like that one. Don't like that one at all.
So Culliver now has the ball. He's going to go across the face of goal. He has a player out here by himself. The mark has been taken out here by Gilbert. Another short kick further afield. Wasn't great. It's going to be picked up. He's going to have to work for it now, Stevenson. I think he's headed towards the boundary line.
He's
I
over.
think he's been taken over. Umpire says, let's throw it in. Let's have a ball up right on the forward 50 for the Corio side. So ball back in quickly by the umpire. Green again gets the ball down. Bennett runs inside 50, loads up, goes in towards goal. Nice kick. Oh, I don't know whether that was a mark. I think it hit the ground. Umpire sits across and says, let's have a ball up right at the top of the square.
He was in a great spot, the umpire, then.
Yeah.
Hayden Burns, he had a fair bit of it, but it did hit the ground. So back with the umpire again, top of the square. This time ball is going to be thrown up. This time Destin Burns over the top. Ball comes out of there. Went to Camilleri. Back to DeLeon. Not too sure where he wants to go. To Culliver. And he just takes the ball across through the boundary line or through the goals. And there's a rush behind. So 4-2 now to the Corio side. Werribee on 3-4. Ball in quickly. And again, it's brought out nicely from Culliver. Culliver gets the ball into the middle of the ground. Marcus taken out there by Saliba. And again, goes back to Culliver. From the just defensive side of centre wing. Ball comes round. Player's going to be allowed to go now. Kerr goes long in towards his teammate McDonald. Ball gets out the back. McDonald just tries to kick the ball off the ground. Doesn't have the effect that he wanted. Through for a minor score. So a point apiece for both sides in this quarter. And it is 3-5 now to Werribee. They trail the Corio side on 4-2. We have gone just on 3 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
Ball walked back in quickly by Cry, but that big man Daly takes the mark. True centre forward, drives Werribee back into attack.
50.
He's paid 50.
Was that for something he said to the umpire?
Down the ground here, unless he didn't come back on the mark when he was told to. So,
well, McDonald can't take this kick.
No, he's coming across the middle to give it, unless it was paid down the ground. But no, Daly's there. He's going to give me the ball. Ruckman don't get a chance to kick a lot of them. So,
well, I tell you what. Not a lay-down Mazare.
He's kicking the man on the mark. It's 5 metres out. So Paddy Daly comes in now. Oh, he's made a liar of Grubby. That has split the middle.
I just said not a lay-down Mazare.
Absolutely split the middle. So Werribee get the first one of the second quarter, which is the Buckley's Entertainment quarter scoreboard. So they move on to 4-5-29, leading Corio, who are 4-2-26. We've gone 3-20.
They got a bit unlucky early there. The ball in that pack, it came out of the pack, and the Corio bloke trying to do his best got a hand to it, but it actually went into the favour of Werribee. But then the second part wasn't, because it doesn't matter what you do. You give away a 50. Free kicks you can debate. 50s you cannot. You give away a 50 and it's your fault. And like Werribee did in the first quarter, they've gifted Werribee Centrals a goal, and you cannot afford to do that in what we think is going to stay a close game.
Back in the middle here, Burns and Daly. No one really gets that, but falls into the hands of Crennan, gets a handball out. Running on now, we've got another headband one. That was Gomes Paddy Edge, who sends Werribee forward. The ball is punched away there from O'Halloran and out of bounds on the half-forward line for the Werribee Central side, going into attack again. So maybe that breeze is out there, and we weren't imagining it, Grub.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So young boundary umpire now about to throw it back in. So O'Halloran takes front spot, but Green reaches over the top, does his own roving work, tries to knock it out, does so in the end, but it's picked up by Chesterman, who runs away, runs into the man who's coming the other way. Ball falls free. Bennett gets a handball out to Hall. Hall comes over the top, and ball moved forward, but no, cut off here by Miller. Miller goes in short to Culliver. Culliver looks which way to go, gets a handball back here now. Safe handball to Gilbert. Gilbert drives Werribee forward. Coming out at Matty James, ball punched away by Kerr, and gets the free kick. Gets up a little bit gingerly, maybe the ground's a little bit hard, but Matty James plays on straight away, goes in short, finds Toby Bennett. Bennett now with a nice looking kick into the forward line. That's a fantastic kick. The mark has been taken by a brother Joel, who will be kicking from the 50. He plays on straight away, runs around. Cuts the angle straight in front and has kicked a goal. Is that one of the goal of the days that you're looking at, Grub?
Well, I tell you what, and I've just got to get back to my sponsorship here.
Yeah, I thought I'd put that on you nice.
But in the meantime, you cannot let the best player in the comp get away like that. You have to be on him all the time.
Fantastic kick by Toby into space.
Well, even that's fine, but then you can't just let him run around you, because you know that he's going to kick a goal. And what a goal it was. And it will be the Corio Bay Health contender for the mark of the day.
Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard 5-2, Corio 32, leading Werribee 4-5-29.
Daly and Green are back in the middle to do battle again.
Eventually.
Yes, ball now will be thrown up by the umpire. And out the back it goes. Crennan overran it, goes into the hands of Hall. Didn't pick it up, just kicked it out of mid-air. Ball goes into the half-forward line. Mark has been taken out there by De Leon. And he will go back and transfer play across the ground into the hands now of Stevenson. Has a play running through the middle of the ground. Decides to go a little bit longer. Kicked into the mound of the mark. They're working hard back in defence now. Ball goes out wide. Picked up there. Ball from Murdoch. Ball comes back into the hands now of his teammate in Gibson. So he decides to go long. Linehan Cunningham up in front. Ball gets out the back. And again, they run the ball through Saliba. Saliba's kick wasn't great. It's picked up by
Oh,
Corio.
that wasn't great either.
It's going to hit the roof.
It's going to be pretty close.
I'd have marked that me day with one hand.
Ball goes over the boundary line. Free kick going to the hands of Tyler Crennan. So Crennan now,
We're out of bounds down there.
pretty much, he's got a good...
He's got 30
Yeah,
metres
about
out
15.
of that. 30 metres out of that.
So Crennan now decides to play on and go along into their forward line. Linehan Cunningham front position. Ball gets out the back. It's going to be cleaned up. It's going to be nicely done there by Jelinek. He goes across the ground into the hands there of his teammate and Doyle and takes the mark. Not quite at the centre-half back position, but in between there and the full-back. Goes out wide. Kick has to be good, and it's been made good, and the mark has been taken there by Braden Cotter. So Cotter again chips the ball towards centre wing. Mark
Good
out
kick.
there. This time
Good kick,
Bingham,
Cox.
he takes the mark. And he's still just defensive side of the half-back line now. Decides to play on, looks back inside. Confidence. Kick goes towards centre wing. Another good kick in the hands of Burns. Burns quickly off to his running teammate and James. Across the ground he goes. Didn't hit the target, but it's going to be Carr that picks the ball up. A little bit of time. Looks back inside. Hall was the target. Again, spoil was made. They're working pretty hard both sides through the middle of the ground. It's going to be picked up there by Logan Dixon. He shrugs one. Got the handball back inside. Now James is in range here, but he decides to chip the ball short.
on his
A good
own.
look, and the mark has been
Who's
taken
left
out
him
there.
behind?
And Hayden Burns has taken the mark, and he will go back and shoot for his first goal of the afternoon. And Corio's sixth.
I can't see the reasoning for that. Like normally if you run up the ground and do something, fair enough. But Corio had control of the footy for a long time before it got there, which means the players who have run up the ground should have been back on him.
So Hayden Burns now, he'll kick from about 25 metres out. And he's we sit right behind the ball, so we get a good look at it from where we sit. Comes in, kicks that goal, and that wasn't great from the time it left his boot. Mark will be taken in the back pocket.
Somebody
and
did a cartwheel up
and
there.
the mark was beaten up by Porter, I think it is. No, it wasn't. It was Gilbert. He goes out wide and long out towards centre wing. Ball is picked up there. Tackle. Did he try to avoid? Umpire said yes, he did. Umpire says free kick will go to the Corio side. So they'll be able to bring the ball back inside their forward 50 once again. And again, I think that's Dixon out there on the far side. Kicks long back into their forward position. Gets through the contest. Going to be tapped further afield. Now there's been a free kick given for a hold.
Advantage.
No advantage.
No advantage
to
this
the
time.
umpire.
Can you
Why
give me any
not?
reason why this one was no advantage in Samaha?
No.
That's a terrible rule. I'm not blaming umpires. That's a terrible rule because it's just so hard to judge.
It was clearly into Werribee's hands, Grub, and in space, so why wouldn't it be?
Oh, I thought it was, but you know, sometimes it's hard to judge whether the player's stopped or whatever.
So free kick goes back to Chesterman, and he's about just 10 metres out from the defensive goal square. Goes out wide. Stevenson takes the mark.
He's been busy.
Chips the ball again. Chesterman runs further afield and takes it back again. He's got a player back inside the middle of the ground, but decides to go towards centre wing. Kick's going to be okay, I think. Gets through the contest. Ball is kicked off the ground, runs over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw-in, which will take place. Bo Burney, I see he's doing some water duty down here. Is he not far away? He didn't play a lot last
what
year.
I've been told is he's not playing.
Oh, okay.
So
Because he would have been handy out here as an extra big bloke. But
absolutely
the ball
would.
in front of the contest comes out towards Chesterman once again. Player behind the contest. He decides to work his way through it. Goes to Daly. Daly gets the ball further afield. Was intercepted. And again now Joel Bennett takes the ball up. And he goes long back into their forward line. Ball runs towards the boundary line. It's going to go over. We'll have another throw in 10 minutes. 10.5 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. It is Cryo 5-2. They lead the Werribee Essentials on 4-5.
Good tough footy. So I think we've got O'Halloran here against Green Ball comes down to James. James handballs over his head very, very well and finds Dixon. Dixon goes in shortly for her teammates. Chopped off there beautifully by Gilbert. Now to Crennan. Crennan goes short. That's another great kick, but goes through the hands of Taylor. Oh, that might be a bit of a free kick
I
there.
tell you what, he threw himself back
to
to
McDonald. Done that well. Gets a handball out to Paddy Age, who runs through. Gets a handball across to Taylor. Puts him under a bit of pressure. Wrapped up. Good enough to get out. No, he's not. The ball's gone over the boundary line. What's the umpire going to say?
Well,
it's
he
his ball.
actually didn't have any prior opportunity.
No, he didn't.
But he grabbed his arm. So sometimes they'll pay that.
They will.
You know, it's a good tackle.
Well, they've paid he's going to ball it up. I thought he did cross the line, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's still a stalemate. So we've got O'Halloran here against Green again. Green reaches over the top, taps the ball down, but no one home from Crennan. Picks the ball up and immediately goes over the boundary line. So centre wing here right in front of the Cryo coach's box at All-in-One Oval. We've gone 11 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. So the ball about to be thrown back in. Boundary umpire retrieves it. So Green versus O'Halloran again. Ball goes down. That was done really beautifully. Sat straight down to Taylor. Goes the check side from 55 metres out. Coming out. Can't quite pick it up, but does so in the end is Saliba gets a handball away. Ball's come back out here to Stevenson. Stevenson looking long for an option. That's a great kick. Then hand Cunningham puts the hands out. Can't quite grab it. Toby Bennett mops up for Cryo. Kick bounces over everyone's head. Taylor ran into it. Picked up there by Dixon. Dixon goes to Joel Bennett. Joel Bennett driving Cryo along. Savanka flies high at the back with only one hand. Ball comes down. Picked up there by Miller. Miller gets a handball across. Puts his team under pressure straight away, and the tackle wrapped up. That's the one thing we noticed about Cryo last year. Their forward pressure had improved out of sight.
Maybe an unrealistic attempt too, I feel.
Possibly could have been too. O'Halloran tries to win that one down. Goes to Bennett. Bennett dropped like a hot potato. Ball's on the ground. Hall picks up now. Gets a handball out. Dixon throws on the right boot. Kicks long towards Savanka. He's outpointed here beautifully by Stevenson. So set his up, goes across to Culliver. Culliver across the face of goal to Murdoch, who marks the ball right on the defensive goal square line. So he goes in short again. The ball this time did it carry. The umpire said no.
Jumped on his back,
but
though.
He's paid a free kick for too high anyway. So Stevenson will be the recipient of the free kick in the back pocket here for Werribee. So now looking for his options further down the ground.
Covered the options well, the Devils.
They have. So he's gone long towards Taylor. Taylor flies at the back. The ball falls over. Yep. Good chance for Isaiah Bingham. Couldn't quite pick it up. Handballed out by Paddy. Goes to O'Halloran. McDonald on the ground fighting for the ball. Sort of went without it. Nearly had time to knock it on, but it didn't. So we have going to have a ball up. Perhaps the umpire might intervene when there's a few numbers being exchanged. He's just balled the ball up. So that's the way you do it. Grabbed out of the air by O'Halloran. Fresh air kick picked up by Dixon. He's knocked over in the tackle. Green wraps player up, and he's been pinned. He had absolutely no attempt there, Grub.
No, he didn't.
No, 13 and a half minutes.
He missed about. There's another one.
Yeah.
There's another one. If the camera got that boy's in trouble.
Well, I imagine probably wouldn't have. But anyway, go on in O'Halloran.
That's all right, O'Halloran. Go and help him out.
Anyway, ball's gone forward. Joel Bennett picks it up, throws on the boot quickly. Ball in the air. Contest by Burns, brought to ground. Werribee trying to work out of defence. They're going to get a free kick here. It's on down here, is it? Or no, free kick's going to Corio. Looks like BJ O'Toole is going to be the recipient of this one. Temper's becoming a little frayed here at All-in-One Oval. So
Baz will be out there helping them soon.
Oh. I did get a message that
That got reversed.
No. Oh, it did in the end,
Yes,
yes.
it did, because
Unless you put it the wrong way.
someone
So, anyway, Gibson takes the ball and goes across. Culliver, nice little kick there to Murdoch across the face of goal. So, Murdoch now deep in defence. We'll bring the ball back across out here, looking for and finding Camilleri. So, now take Camilleri, looking for options, comes along out here towards Porter. Ball's gone too far, blown out of bounds in the full, so Corio will take the free kick just in front of the Werribee's coach's box. I said things are a little spicy here, so Bingham brings the ball back in, just goes long. Carr sets himself, might have been a little bit of a block there, but the markers had been taken. Is it Camilleri again? Certainly is. Gets a handball across to Stevenson. Stevenson gets a handball over the top to Murdoch. He's got a bit of space to run. Looks further afield. Nice little kick there. So Werribee worked the ball out beautifully. That is Leonard. Leonard moves it on again. De Leon. Oh, he's tackled and brought to ground. The umpire has said that's dropping the ball. So Corio in front of the social rooms now. Move the ball on quickly. Long. Who's kicked that? Is that
Jelinek.
Jelinek?
Jelinek, yep.
Yeah, it was Matty Jelinek. He's kicked one from outside 50. Fantastic there. So Corio have moved on to 6-2-38, leading Corio 4-5-29. We've gone 15.5. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
They're really struggling to get out of that full line. They go cross back. What's wrong with kicking it down the ground? And when they finally do, they came out pretty well in Werribee. And one false kick, and Giolini, he made them pay. That was a magnificent goal.
Oof.
And I tell you what,
He's trying to find his sponsors.
I've lost my glasses.
Corio Bay.
But it's a Corio Bay Health Goal of the Day contender.
Good work, Rob.
I have to leave it on that page and leave me glasses in hand.
We're back in the middle once again. Green doing the ruck work. O'Halloran, they both get hands on it. Ball code back to the Green. He kicks into the half-forward line. Well read by Matty Miller now, and he plays on, goes back inside. A little bit of time to steady. Looks up, goes forward. Kick was good. Mark has been taken out there by McKenzie. Handballs up over the top. Player left the ball behind. That was Chesterman, I think. Into the hands now of Bennett. He goes back towards their half-forward line, coming out to meet the ball. Nice, clean pick up there. Kyle O'Toole, his kick wasn't great, and the ball is back now in the hands of Kilby. So Kilby now, he plays on. He goes back to the clubroom side of the ground. Player out by himself. So Benny Leonard out there it is. And he's got the ball now, defensive side of centre wing, and goes long into their forward half. Ball not taken out there by Taylor. Ground level, picked up there. Falls Fred through the contest. Kicked off the ground again now.
Here we go.
Going to be picked up out there. It's going to be picked up there by McDonald. He was tackled, got the handball away. Ends up in the hands now of Corio. So Corio from Ash through to the half-back line. The mark has been taken out there. And it is Matty James. So James now gives another handball, goes out wide. Bartolo goes back to James. James looking to go back inside, gets around one, has a little bit of time now. Goes by hand again. That's something you wouldn't have seen from Matty James too often.
That's dropped the ball.
Well, it could have been quite easy. Now he's going to get a free kick for a high one. Yes, as the umpire. He did. He was very lucky there. So Matty James plays on, takes one bounce, or kicks short.
Falcon.
Got the Falcon there. Matty James go back and collects it. Handball back inside. Picked up O'Halloran. Goes to Kerr. He picks the ball up and goes into the half-forward line. I don't know whether he meant it or not, but Benny Leonard took the mark. Goes long into the forward line and out the back. The mark has been taken out there. And it's by Cam Saliba. And he will go back and shoot for goal.
Well, poor old Noah Bartolo. He would have had him covered, but as he went back, he stumbled.
Yes.
And made it an easy entry.
A lot of fundamental errors there. Grubbing that little bit of patches of play.
Yeah.
A few Falcons and...
Oh. That's what we
Anyway,
covered the footy for.
We've got Saliba. Camilo Saliba. He's going to kick from about 20 metres out, almost directly in front. Chips at the ball. That is all that is required. It goes through for his first major. And the fifth now for the Werribee Central side. They are 5-5. They trail Corio, who are 6 goals to 18 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
I just don't think the footy is as entertaining and as good as the first half. In the first quarter, there was plenty of mistakes by Corio, plenty of mistakes by Werribee, and pretty much a howler by the umpire. I don't really understand it. When you tackle and drop the ball, it's dropping the ball, and then the umpire from 46 metres away decides to pay around the neck. But it comes out, bloke gets kicked, and the ball kicks him and hits him in the head. Then the bloke falls over, and Werribee luckily scored a goal.
Back in the middle now, Green and O'Halloran. Ball comes down. Oh, no, Daly's back in the middle. So fighting for the ball now. Not going to come out anywhere. The umpire says that's mine. So we've advanced the ball about 3 metres into the Corio direction. Daly and Green will go at it again. So the ball's in the air now. Daly wins down Hall. Sharks, it gets a quick handball away to no one in particular. Ball kicked out here for Werribee by Chesterman. Racing towards the boundary line. Picked up there. Oh, no, he's gone over there. The ball has been knocked out of bounds. So the umpire says throw it in. So ball to be thrown back in now. It was Ash and McDonald took the one over the line. So ball comes back in. Green gets in front. Fists the ball down well. Matty James just hacks that one out of mid-air. Kicks it beautifully. But the ball beats everybody right in front of the Werribee coach's box and out of bounds, and we'll do it all again some 35 metres down the ground.
Well, in rugby, that's the kick of the day. He's gone for touch and found it because he just booted it out of there.
40-20.
Yeah, so he's kicked it into touch and gives Corio a second chance.
He has. So, ball thrown back in now. Green will be looking for the half-time sign. I reckon to get a bit of a spell. He wins this one down. Hall quick on the left foot, and I think he's just kicked Culliver in the wrong one. Daly fighting for the ball. Hall gets the handball out. It's very well done off the ground. Burns applies a bit of pressure. Tackled late here. Umpire said that's mine. I think Culliver Don't rub them, count them.
Don't
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I think the Jack Hall kick might have got him in the Jack Hall. So ball's thrown up now. We've got Daly Green wins it and over the top. Culliver seems to have recovered okay. Too much pace there. Gets the handball out wide. Hall cuts that one off. Tackled without the ball by Chesterman, but let it go on. That's going to be holding the ball. The umpire's paying it. So, free kick here to Chesterman for Werribee. 60 metres out from their own goal. Plays on. Goes long down the line here, looking for Kerr or Taylor, who's come over from the side. Ball hits the deck, picked up there by Leonard. Bingham picks it up, kicks it long, may have been out of bounds. You can get away with that in the AFL, but you can't get away with it in the GDFNL, can you?
They're not with the boundary umpires we got. They're spot on.
Absolutely spot on.
And just a little taste before, they got that little boundary umpire and he threw a bad one in. Just as last year. They improved and he threw the next one in great. Don't worry about it. These kids know what they're doing.
But he came in the 3 or 4 metres, done well. So the ball's in the air now. Daly and Green, that's probably nearly a free kick to Green. Culliver rows this beautifully, now has time and space. Looking for, what a fantastic kick to Saliba. What a great lead, fantastic. Saliba plays on straight away. Open goal square, Ash running towards it. Will be the first one back there. It's gone across the face of goal. He's got a bit of support there, gets a handball across. So Beam goes long now, looking for Hall. Probably the shortest bloke on the ground. So Hall had a bit of time, split what he should have taken. Chesterman comes in to tackle, bring the ball in. Daly comes in to help too. The ball's still alive. Well done by Toby Bennett. Smothered kick. Falls into the arms here of that's Kilby, isn't it, with the blue boots? So he goes long. Chesterman leads the race to the ball. He's stopped, propped, corralled backwards. Goes to Taylor. Taylor's wrapped up there by Cotter, and we'll have a boundary line throw in about 60 metres around, 65 metres round from the Werribee goal.
Just on young Saliba, he's a young and experienced from Tel, but he had so much time out there. He could have waited for players to get back, but he decided to have that shot. Just hang on, hold the balls, and wait a minute.
All right, so the ball to be thrown back in now. Green and Daly go. Daly holds front position, taps the ball over the back. Obviously heard the call and wrapped up beautifully there was Mackenzie, and the umpire's paid dropping the ball, so no advantage. And we're just laying on the ground here. Someone's getting it very gingerly there from Werribee, and that looks like Taylor, is it?
Mackenzie.
No, it was the other way. Anyway, ball comes out. Jelink now for Corio. Going forward, Hayton Burns flies, can't quite take the mark. Gibson for Werribee gets the ball across. Culliver, blind turns into trouble. So wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says that will be mine. We have gone 23 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. So he's the home side cry with a 3-point advantage.
Daly and Green, Ruckman go at it once again. Daly front position. Boys, he's clean with his hands. Gets the ball out the back to Crennan. Crennan takes his second bounce.
Ooh.
Nearly lost the ball. Got an option inside. Uses it now. Into the hands of Benny Leonard. Put himself under trouble. He's going to go back 10 yards to go forward, but he's going to work it out okay. Ball goes into the middle of the ground. Camilleri leads in the race for the ball. He's got some time and space now. Takes a bounce. Waiting for someone to come at him. Saliba's the first player that does so. Again, another nice kick and a good mark taken out there. This time he waits. Player leads up. McDonald was the target in the pocket on the left boot. Looks to go around the corner. Kick was smothered. Has to go back and collect the ball himself. Has some time when again goes back on the left foot. Looks at his options. This time goes inside. Kick wasn't great. The player from wherever he's on hands and knees into the hands of Keeley. He goes out the back door to Ash. Ash on the left boot, back towards centre wing. Better play, good look. Marcus taken out there, and I think that's Burns, is it?
Yep.
He goes over the top. Mark's taken out there by Carr. So Carr now on centre wing. He wants to go quick. Good lead up, but the interception mark wasn't taken, but the numbers with the Werribee side. They bring the ball across the ground, and Tyler Crennan, once again, these two blokes have got an raffle line as well. Culliver, long kick back into the forward line. Leading in the race of the line. Ball is Leonard, goes back inside.
Great
good look.
kick.
Chesterman can go. No, decides to hold up. Goes back to Culliver. You would think this bloke will finish, and he will. Culliver. He's got his first goal of the afternoon, and the 6 now for the Werribee side. They take the lead. They are 6-5. They lead Corio on 6-2. 25 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
As I said before, it takes one mistake. Herschel Carr, he picked the ball up and he looked $1 million. He put it in, and it was just a touch too heavy. And Werribee Centrals were able to clear and run down the ground. You know, that ball is just a centimetre shorter. Corio take the mark and they kick the goal. So that's what's in this game. It's very, very close, and one little mistake can hurt you bad. But a great finish from Culliver. He's a class player.
He's on fire, isn't he? All right, back in the middle now. Daly and Green to go at it again. Ball in the air. Green wins that one down. Cut off there by Chesterman. Can't pick it up. Pressure from Bennett, but Chesterman drags it back in. What's the umpire going to say here? Yes, you did drag it back in. So Joel Bennett to take the free kick. And is he going to? No, he's settling down. That's good play by the umpire. And there's a bit of a how do you do going on here between Culliver and Green. They're all coming in from everywhere. 25 and a half minutes. Buckley Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. What's the umpire going to do? He's paid 50. So Joel being
you're kidding.
Joel being Joel has decided that he's paid another 50. So there's a lay down misère here for Joel Bennett now to kick his second for the afternoon, the 7th for Corio. Joel Bennett comes in, kicks this one over Purnell Road. That's the 7th for Corio. They move to 7-2-44. Get the lead back from Werribee, who are 6-5-41. 26 minutes gone in the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. I haven't seen one being sent off yet or anything, so...
Well, the 50... Yeah, well, McDonald's off. I don't know if he's been sent off. But
No.
my microphone's gone, apparently.
Is it? I can hear you.
Right? Well, Darryl Jarvis, he might be just old and deaf. I don't know, but... the 50 was caused by Big Jack Green flattening the Werribee player.
I don't know what the 50 was for, mate.
Well,
That's what the fight started over.
Yeah, that's where the fight was. Big Jack Green flattened Culliver, and he gave a 50.
Anyway, we're back in the middle now. Ball in the air. Daly wins that one very, very convincingly, going towards Leonard. Leonard kicks Soccer's ball off the ground very, very cleverly. So running on, Taylor overruns that one. Picked up by Noah Bartolo. Feeds the handball out to James. James finds space wherever he goes. Handball out to Dixon. Dixon with a bit of a scrubber of a kick, picked up by that man, Culliver, who drives Werribee back and forward looking for Saliba. Great kick in his face. What great hands.
For a little bloke like that, that could well be a contender for the Routleys. Mark of the day, the big men fly for a Routleys pie.
Wow. You've been waiting a while, so haven't you?
I've been waiting for that one. That is a dead set Ronnie Brains and Cookie special.
Absolutely. Loud but not always clear, apparently, is your microphone. Anyway, Cam Saliba now kicking from about 40 metres, runs around the angle. Obviously not a long kick, Dale, but he's just travelled the distance, but it's through for a minor score. Takes Werribee to 6-6-42, trailing Werribee 7-2-44.
So ball in the hands of the fullback now. Joel Bennett's made some ground. He kicked the goal at the other end not too long ago. Kick goes out. Mark has been taken out there this time, and it's... James has got the ball. Matty James on the half-back line. Chips the ball back inside. Teammate out there in Doyle. Doyle now looks back towards the middle of the ground. Kick has to be good. Chesterman.
That's a good
puts
mark.
Some pressure
Strong,
on. Umpire says
strong.
he's taken him high. And a free kick will go to the Corio side. So from the middle of the ground now they
good
play
start.
on.
Good
Kick
boy.
was smothered there. Clyden didn't
No,
clear himself
that's
on
not
the mark.
holding the ball.
And, no, I agree there, Grub. Mark and free kick not there.
Absolute no prior opportunity whatsoever. Good decision up.
So Ruckman quickly get to the contest once again. The umpire just waiting until they arrive. Ball thrown up. Both Ruckman go at it. Daly goes out wide again, trying to work his way through the contest. Player tackle without the ball. Free kick will go to Corio out there. And it's Jacob Clyden. So Clyden now,
Another good
centre
decision.
wing, far side of the ground. Little short kick out wide. Has Toby Bennett on the left boot. Now can run and carry. He looks to drive the ball long into their forward line. Mark out the back. Savinka just eased the player underneath the contest, then dives back on top. Umpire stands around and he says, no, it's coming to me. There's going to be a ball up which will take
Did all the
place.
hard work.
Yeah, come over the top, and I don't think you expected to. So forward pocket position. Corio deep into attack once again.
Just play the football.
Daly goes out wide, picks the ball up. It goes to Crennan. Crennan on the right boot goes back towards centre wing. Best position, ball not making it out there. Green's there. Kerr comes in. He's tackled, didn't have the ball. Umpire let the ball go. Goes back inside. Again, they work the ball through Keeley. Back to where it's dangerous over the top. Mark has been taken. Good defence. And it's going to be, I think, Porter. And he has taken the mark. He chips the ball out wide. Tyler Crennan, space by himself once again to steady these things down. So Tyler Crennan now goes short towards centre wing. Or defensive bit deeper than centre wing. Linehan Cunningham is down there and he takes the mark. He decides to go back to the true centre wing. Daly in front position. Ball comes out the back. Kerr is tackled, brought to ground. doesn't come out, and there's going to be a ball up on true centre wing, far side of the ground. I reckon it's your territory, Spiders.
Rightio, mate.
Lead 7-2. The Werribee Central side 6-6.
30 minutes gone here at All-in-One Oval. Green tries to top. Daly slaps the ball down with his left hand. Players wrapped up immediately. Comes out in the end towards Daly. Couldn't pick it up. Does so in the end. Gets a quick handball out to Murdoch. Goes to Crennan as the siren goes. Thank you, Dale. I like those 15-second stints. That's fantastic. So, Frankie Poe. So at half time, we see the home side Corio 7-2-44 leading Werribee, who are 6-6-42. Dale, goal kickers, please, my friend.
To this stage of the game, the home side, Joel Bennett with 2, Matthew Jelinek with 2, 1 each to Herschel Carr and Brock Savinka. And for the Werribee side, Josh McDonald 2, all in the first quarter, 1 each to Culliver, Daly, Saliba and Benny Leonard. Take a short break, come back, all the first quarter action, or first half action here from All-in-One Oval. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
56-42. Umpires at the ready, quickly around the grounds. Bannockburn 50, leading Anarchy 12. Inverleigh 34, leading Belmont 31, 3-13 Grub. And East Geelong 41, leading Bellpost Hill 27. So all set for a cracking second half here, Dale. All in one oval, mate. As soon as you're ready, over we go to you.
That's all right, mate. We're just waiting now for the umpire to get spectators to leave the ground.
Well,
that's going to take a little bit of time, but we're getting close
Anglesey
to it now.
19, Anglesey 56, Motorway 19, Drysdale 42, Barnhead 40,
Sounds a big
Newcombe
fella here,
42, Torquay 41.
I didn't see him do much.
No, here.
I don't know who he is.
That's what's name, isn't it?
Here we go, Dale.
Ball is in the air. Umpire starts the game. Green over the top, goes to Bennett. Bennett goes back to Green. Put him under a little bit of pressure. Daly gets the tackle, goes to Hall, tries to feed the ball out. Daly on hands and knees, ends the ball out to Culliver. Culliver goes quickly by hand into the hands now of Credden. Credden into the half forward line. Marcus not taken out there. Bingham picks the ball up, goes to Bennett, and that's Toby. Bright boot goes back towards centre wing, going back to the fly of the ball. Mark taken. Culliver once again looks at his options across the ground, goes quickly. Taylor at the true centre half forward position, has the mark. Player leading out wide. Nice kick. Had to stop and wait though. And ball now is in dispute. Goes back towards the boundary line. McDonald did that nicely. Got around one. Looks back towards the goal square and misses by a long, long way. Ball goes out of bounds on the full. Free kick going to the Corio side.
Don't you centre it from there?
Should have.
Don't be a bit selfish. Paddy Daly was up there. Well, sorry, not Paddy Daly. The big fella in O'Halloran. Centre of the ball.
Sydney 64, leading West Coast 49.
That's a good game. That's what you want to see.
4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
So the ball now from the full back position or close to
Bloody
Doyle.
idiot.
Kicks
Why
the ball in.
would you do that? Why would you do that? I tell you what, you see a lot of punch-ons and that muck around and they're fine. But once you keep arguing and keep doing things like that, the team that settles down first wins the game. And he should be dragged off straight away for that stupid bit of play.
So Carr goes quickly back towards centre wing. Ball gets there at the ground level. Now the umpire's blown the whistle. There's
Away
a free
from the
kick
play.
being given. Umpire away from the contest. I'm not too sure who the free kick's going to. Don't think the players do either. Daly went quickly to Culliver, goes back in towards Taylor, and that's a good strong grab. And he is inside the forward 50. And I'm just not too sure of his kicking prowess here, Grub. I'm not too sure whether he'll get the distance here. He might be right on range, I reckon.
He tends to get under him a little bit, and he's had broken legs and stuff like that. So
Blake Taylor now just stretching the hamstrings a bit.
This will test them out.
Kirk leads at him, but he says, no, I'm going to take the responsibility here. Runs in, gets very, very close. As you said, got a lot of height, got some distance, and he's got some accuracy. And it has gone straight through the middle, the first of the second half to the Werribee side. They move to 7-6, and they take the lead. Corio on 7-2. 2 minutes gone. The Granny Cycling Sports third quarter.
mind you, if I had took that into account, that the 50 here probably wouldn't be 50. I might have been a bit different. But look, I don't want to harp on this, but you've got an umpire at the... I know it was a Werribee free kick, but the bloke picked it out a little tiggy touchwood from 35, 40 metres away. I don't like seeing that. Just let the bloke who's at the contest pick him and stick to your own. I know they didn't do it much last year, but it started again this year. I don't like it.
Ball's in the air. Daly wins that one down. Coming through his Hall, couldn't quite pick it up. Crennan and Hall fighting for the ball now. Ball comes out towards Green, goes past him. Culliver, hands and knees, picks the ball up, gets the ball to Chesterman. Chesterman got plenty of space here. The goal kicker this time, he's played on. He might be a chance on the run, but no, he's decided to short the pass in. That's a great kick. That is a fantastic kick to O'Halloran there. Taylor exerting his influence early in this third quarter. Brought to you proudly by the Grandy Cycling Sports. We're on 3 minutes and 20. So,
well, in the first half, he was just short, just ran under him, but he's starting to find his bearings, young Tails.
So Zach O'Halloran kicking from about 45 on a 45-degree angle. Got a good angle from the box. He's centred the ball. We'll give him that much, shall we? And it's going to be a free kick to Kerr, I reckon. I reckon Kerr's got the free kick here. For a hold, probably didn't need to hold because Corio did have front position. Jack Hall took a chest mark, which will count for nothing.
I couldn't see it from here, but I just can't see that far.
Well, Kerr is kicking from about 15 metres out, almost directly in front. The netball whistles get me all confused. But Kerr coming in now to kick Werribee second in the first 4 minutes of this quarter. And he has done just that. Werribee kick along to 8 goals, 6:54. Corio still in the half-time score, 7-2-44. We've travelled 4 1/4 minutes in the Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Footy's a funny game, isn't it? You get Taylor, who kicks a nice goal, and it comes out of the centre, and there's no one on him within 30 metres of him. You wonder why, like, he didn't come from the back line or come from the wing. He just stayed where he was, and Corio just failed to pick him up. and to stay in the game, like, it was a good kick, and Kerr got the free kick, but to stay in the game, you've got to pick those little things up. You cannot leave a bloke. I don't care what footy he's modern or not. You can't leave blokes like that.
So back in the middle we go. This time Green gets the ball down. Daly trying to win possession on the ground level, but it's not going to come out there too easily. Umpire will call for it back again, and we'll have a ball up a similar position, middle of the ground. Daly and Green go at it, out the back. Matty James picks the ball up, went one way, then back to the next. Goes back towards Toby Bennett on the left boot, kicks the ball long into their half-forward line. Jelinek read that nicely, took his player under the ball, went back and tried to collect the ball. But again, some teammates arrive, players dive the top. Umpire said, oh, there's a free kick for holding. And it is going.
No idea.
It's going to go to the Werribee side. Ends up in the hands of DeLeon here. So DeLeon now, he goes back to the boundary line. Tyler Crennan, I should say.
Got a new name, Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
Well, he's
Yeah.
playing that well. There might be two of them out there.
So Crennan now goes along the boundary line, low and flat. Kerr didn't take the marks. It went straight through his hand. Toby Bennett couldn't pick the ball up, and it runs over the boundary line, and it will be a throw-in to take place.
Dare I say it? Lucky it wasn't a bucket of shit. It would have splattered all over him.
So this time the ball from out the back into the hands there of Miller goes to Kerr. This time he takes the ball on, kicks long into their forward line. Again, ball bounces. Now there's a holding decision once again. And I didn't see that either because I was watching the flight of the ball, but it's against Bartolo, it looks like.
There's a few Werribee supporters over there complaining about the umpire at half time. They won't be complaining at the minute because they're getting a good run here now.
I think so. As I said, mate, I was watching the flight of the ball, so it may have happened, but I didn't see it. So Saliba this time, we know he can kick the distance, and he walks in from about 35 to 40 directly in front, chips at the ball. Accuracy not there once again. So Saliba has 1-3 for the afternoon, and Werribee now to 8-7. They lead Corio on 7-2, and 6.5, almost 7 minutes gone to Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter.
Joel Bennett again doing the kicking in. I think with you, Grubby, there could be a better option, I think. Have him as the next line.
Mind you, here's a beautiful kick, and that's why they do it. But
so he comes out looking for and finding Doyle. So treated with a little bit there. Jackson Doyle takes the mark just inside defensive 50 now for Corio. Looking at his options. Chips over the top here. Looking for and finding Herschel Carr.
come from the crowd. I didn't see him.
He has come from the crowd, mate. He's deep in the back pocket here, or the half back line. No options up forward, so he's forced to kick long down the line here. Big man Daly stands his ground, takes a mark on his chest, completely uncontested. So Paddy Daly through centre wing, better drive Werribee back into attack. Outside looking for Kerr. Halloran comes across. Ball hits the ground. Overrun there. Halloran kicks off the ground. Diving on there is that Bingham gets the ball out quickly. Comes back to him. So on the left foot here, down the line. Nice neat little kick. Jelinek comes in late and punches the ball away there from Justin Porter for Werribee. Ball out of bounds right in front of the Werribee coach's box here at All-in-One Oval.
Tell you another thing though, with Joel Bennett's kicking out, you cannot leave a man on his own. You must man up because he'll hit that target every time, especially if it's James, because he'll mark it.
So the ball comes in now, Daly and Green to go at it again. Daly wins it one out clear out the back towards Crennan. Crennan now taking the ball beautifully there, stripped off from him. Ball dragged in now, that was by Ash. Ball still coming free, no, still wrapped up. Stacks on the mill, umpire's going to come in now and ball it up.
And I'll give you another fact to grab. Yeah. Spider and I walked across the ground at half time, and the Corio boys ran past us. We said they're small. They tower over us. Bloody hell, they're big boys. Bloody hell.
Daly takes clean possession out of the ruck, handballs the ball back towards, falls in the arms of Crennan. Crennan goes forward looking for and finding McDonald, who did really well to get through the pack. Goes over to the young bloke Mitchell, Miller, who then drives the ball long forward. Comes off hands, picked up there by, that was by Josh Jelinek. Gets a handball across, but it's rushed through for a minor score. So that takes Werribee to 8-8-56, leading Corio 7-2. 44 on the Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter scoreboard.
Ball goes out wide. Mark not taken out there. It was a great attempt at it. Taylor's has it. He's tackled, got out of the contest, did nicely, went back into De Leon. Little kick forward is going to be missing his target just. Again, the pressure has been applied. Ball goes back towards the boundary line as Toby Bennett, with the ball, is pushed over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in about 20 metres around from the behind post. Again, the Werribee side doing all the attacking early in this third quarter.
One other thing. When there's been a bit of a dust-up, the ball's in the bottom of the pack, ball it up straight away. Right? Don't give it a chance to erupt again. Ball it up straight away.
Umpire's just asking the spectators to leave the ground there, sitting inside the fence.
I was just asking whether it was a try or not. It was rushed over the line.
We've got one lady there struggling to get up, but...
Oh, yes. You've been coming to the footy. Oh, yes, she is too.
She got up there, but I don't know how she's going to get under the fence now. I don't think I can bend. I'll have to go over it.
Oh,
There she goes. She's under.
Got to get back up. You think if you're coming to footy long enough, mate, you know you can't be on the playing surface.
So the ball thrown back in this time. Ball from O'Halloran comes out the back of the contest. Taylor picked the ball up nicely. Slung in the tackle. Ball comes down. Sits there underneath him. Is he making an attempt? Umpire said no, he's not. Free kick's going to go to Carr. And a crucial Carr now for the Corio side. Chips the ball sideways. Marcus taken out there. Will be run from Doyle. Doyle just asked to hold up now. So Doyle kicks back into the middle of the ground, kick with a bit of air in it, but Carr couldn't take the mark. Support arrives. Handball goes out to Miller. Miller quickly on towards McDonald. Didn't hit the target, tried to feed it back. Ash has now picked the ball up. He's got a good leg on him here, but he chooses to go over the top. Went to James. He's tackled. Paddyarge on hands and knees. Taps the ball out. Goes back in the hands of Ash. Got out of the contest. Did that nicely. Got the handball away. James. He's looking for some options out the back and has one in Toby Bennett. Went back to him on the left boot. Little short chip sideways. Mark, was it taken? Umpire said yes, it was, and it must have been just the required distance.
Or just under.
Yes, and the umpire says that was a mark, and now he's asked to play on. Goes back towards Daly. Not too sure that was a good option because a big fella just plonked himself in front, and he took the mark. Goes back by hand to Leon. This is in dangerous hands at the moment.
It is.
He kicks the ball wide. Paddy Arts couldn't take the mark. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in which will take place. Pretty close to where we sit.
Right, ideal commentary box calling for you, Dale, isn't it?
Yes, ideal spot spotter, so I'm just going to keep the run, mate. So again, Ruckman go at it. Ball comes out of that contest. Again, Culliver read that nicely. Went back and collected it on the left boot. Kick wasn't that great. Got plenty of height. Leonard's there. Tries to... Carr made the spoil. Goes into the hands of O'Halloran. Got better hand that time. Went outside and ends up in the hands of Leonard again. Again, ball picked up, so it's gone back into the middle of the ground. Over the top. Kicked off the ground. So it's not some real clear play at the moment. Handball comes out to a running player. And Chesterman tries to keep the ball in front of himself, has been able to do so far. Runs over the boundary line. Got the speed wobbles in.
He did.
Ball goes over the boundary line.
He's paid deliberate. He's paid deliberate. Oh, turn it up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he was running 100 mile an hour. What else could he do?
It was a roadrunner.
Oh,
so Carr gets the
crikey.
resultant free kick that Grubby's very happy with. Kicks it back long down the line, right in front of the commentary box here. Stevenson picks it up. Good support there by Gibson. Gets him some space. Goes back to Culliver. Culliver looks out wide and finds De Leon, who drops what he should have taken under pressure now from Jelinek. Does well, gets it across.
BJ's down.
BJ's down the middle of the ground. So,
And I'll tell you another thing. I think young Destin Burns may have done a calf. They could be two down here, Corio.
so Matty Miller goes through the middle looking for, but not finding his teammate in Camilleri. Chopped off there by Burns. Handball out to Doyle. Doyle has a bounce now, looking for options forward. There is absolutely nothing down there. So he gives the handball back across to Burns, who puts the afterburners on. Kicks it long, looking for Savanka, but there's no one home except for Keegan Gilbert. Now Gilbert can just settle and relieve the pressure. He chips the ball across. A nice little kick there, so we're able to run it out. Looking for a bounce. No, looking for further options further down the field. So a nice kick again there. So handball over the top. Werribee running well here. So in the hands of Taylor now. Crosses the half-forward line. Looking in short. That's a great kick and finds Cam Saliba again, who handballs all whack to Taylor, who kept on running. 25 out, and there we go.
Look out. Run down the ground, and that's a contender for the Corio Bay Health goal of the day.
Well, we've gone now nearly 14 minutes. The Grandy Cyclone Sport third quarter scoreboard sees Werribee 9-8. 9-8-62, leading Corio, who are yet to register a score, 7-2-44.
I just don't know what happened in the forward line. A couple of times they went to go in and there was no one there. They had to come back, and of course they were a little bit slow getting Billy O'Toole off the ground because he could have been injured. It's not their fault.
Yep.
And then young Destin Bird's come off with the calf, and all of a sudden they move the ball. They're outnumbered a bit, and I tell you, he's improved his game since half-time. Young Taylor.
He's been very, very good.
And now Toby's cramping, so...
Back in the middle now, and Green wins up and down, picked up there by
Keeley.
Keeley, ball goes forward at the back. Savanka flies. It doesn't take the mark. Off hands. Ball's going to ground. Umpire's paid a free kick for too high. And it will go to, I imagine, Werribee here.
Yeah, it does, but they're both contesting the ball. I'm a long way away. I won't comment. I'm a long way away.
No, you're right. This is Porter with the ball in hand now. Kicks the ball across. The safe hands of Stevenson. Stevenson now down the line looking for his options. Chip the ball over. Miller, who hasn't had an opponent all day, decides to play on quickly. Goes inside to Murdoch. Murdoch chips over the top. That's a fantastic grab there by McKenzie. McKenzie right in front of the coach's box here on true centre wing. Goes long down the line. Looking for and finding Patiage on a fantastic lead. Swings around just outside the 50. Heading towards Saliba and McDonald, who... Oh, no, it was Tate Camilleri who come down quite heavily out of that marking contest. Ball running away. Hall down the other side of the ground, looking for Savanka, who's in space. Takes the mark. Gets around one. Onto the left foot. Not a great kick. Put his teammate under all sorts of pressure there in Joel Bennett. Cleaned up by Miller, who handballs across to Porter. Porter looking for Chesterman here. Gets the ball wrapped up by Kefai, but good enough to get out of it. So Murdoch now overruns it. Strong gets through. That's a great tackle. Ball falls free. O'Toole picks it up now, throws it on the right foot, up to De Leon, who chops it off. He goes in short and finds nobody but Logan Dixon. So Dixon handballs to Matty James. James looking out across. He had options, and it's gone over the back here, so Burns couldn't take the mark. Butters up pretty well, has a go, but Miller beats him to the ball. Handball through to Joel Bennett. Joel on the right foot. Goes bang, kicks his third for the afternoon. The 8th for Corio. They now move to 8-2-50, trailing Werribee, who are 9-8-62. We've gone 16 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter scoreboard.
It was just tenacious football from Corio. They just kept going at it and at it and at it, probably hoping for a mistake, and they got one. Not many are made by Matty Miller, but he was so under pressure, and they just went in really, really well. James, again, he gets the ball. He's played well, James. And, and when you gift Joel Bennett something like that, he ain't going to miss it. He's going to kick the goal.
We've got a text message here. 31 for Werribee is very fast. He puts 10 on Bartolo every time he leads. That's Cam Saliba, who's come up from the under-18. So, very good footballer.
Back in the middle we go once again. Ball in the air. This time Green gets the ball down. Goes towards James. Miller comes off the wing. Can't pick it up. Keeley got the handball outside. Went to Carr. Kicks off the ground. Goes back towards the middle of the ground. Ball still going around, but it's Hall. Clean hands. Picks the ball up. Goes in forward. O'Toole sits under it. Takes the mark. Well, he's got to be paid the free kick.
No, come on, umpire.
Well, he might have been interfered there, but De Leon, dangerous hands once again, but that kick's good. Ball comes out to McKenzie. McKenzie along the boundary line. Culliver runs up clean below the knees. Picks up. Looks long. Goes in towards Patiage. Going back. Linehan Cunningham. Ball gets out the back now. And it's going to be kicked off the ground. Patiage did that very, very nicely. Got the hammer. And ran and kicked and missed.
Who else we got in the sponsors? The Raiders bingo. Point of the day.
9-9 now to the Werribee side. 8-2. Corio 13. Almost 17 minutes gone.
Not putting a lot on him, mate.
The Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Culliver reminds me of Davey Holzvine. He hits the ball running just below the feet.
He's a better player than he ever was.
Marty Iannelli.
Anyway, ball brought in.
Never had to bend to pick a ball up.
No, he didn't. Frankie Fratoli. Looking for Green. It evades him. O'Halloran knocks the ball towards the line right in front of the commentary box here. So, ball looks in good nick there, Grub.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, nice shape. Good leather. Band drum on now, about to bring it in. So, ball's in front. Daly and Green. No one actually wins a tap. James comes through, tries to avoid the tackle, can't, gets a handball away. Crennan picks the ball up now. He's immediately tackled and brought to ground. Umpire says dropping the ball. So, the free kick will go to Keeley. So Keeley now for Corio. Drive him into their forward 50. That's a great kick to Savanka, who great lead. So young Savanka now, he's on the kicking from 50, probably not the right side for a left footer. So we'll see what he does with the ball. So he plays on, runs around the man on the mark, drives it long towards the goal square. I'll tell you what, that's a goal at the end anyway. Is that Jelenic again to kick that one? I think that's Matty Jelenic has kicked his He's third for the day and the ninth for Corio. They moved to 9-2, trailing Werribee, who are 9-9. So 9-2, 58. So 5-point ball game. 7-point ball game, sorry, we got 56-63.
Well, that was a beautiful kick, and Julian's a dangerous player, but I just need to see a little bit more, give the bloke going for the ball some prior opportunity, because there was none then, and it's happened a few times. And what it does then, players will dwell. Yep. Rather than get the ball, they'll dwell, make the tackle, get the free kick. You've just got to give him a little bit more time. But I tell you what, for a big bloke like Daly, what a tackle on Matty James, who was going to get away from him from all angles, but he kept him down. This is a good game. Don't worry about that.
So back in the middle now, Green and Daly. Green wins that one down. Healy couldn't quite take it, but the ball falls to Culliver, handballs the ball out. Now running off the halfback line is Kilby. Kilby, that's a great kick to McDonald, who held on to it. McDonald now plays on right in front of the commentary box. It's a nice, neat-looking kick, and great spoil there by Toby Bennett. But Tyler Crennan picks the ball up over again to McDonald, who finds time, finds space, and finds a teammate in the end. So Tate Camilleri's taken the mark, probably 35 out. He'll have a shot from about 40 metres out to stem the flow a little bit, Grub.
Like this kid, Grub.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He played last year and he was in and out. He played quite a few games. He's not long out of the under-18s either, where he had a pretty good career down there.
Not a lot of him either, is he?
No.
Paint's trying to be funny. He said, is he Joe's son?
He keeps finding a bloody ball. That's what I like about him.
So Tate Camilleri comes in there, very deliberate. Goal umpire has moved a fraction, but I think that's just to see the players on the fly. Camilleri has kicked his first for the afternoon. The 10th for Werribee, who now moved to 10-9-69, leading Corio 9-2-56. 21 minutes gone. The Grandy Cycling Sports Scoreboard.
It's one of those games where there's not a lot of goals kicked from coming from the back line or the other back line. Whoever's winning this out of the centre is kicking goals. So obviously now you have to win the ball out of the centre. And Werribee have got to be a bit careful, because with blokes like Keeley, Bennett, James in there, it's very, very hard to get the ball. But they have to win the ball out of the centre, because when sides are winning it out, they're taking it forward and kicking goals.
So back we go again. Green did nicely.
Hey,
gets the ball to Joel Bennett. Joel Bennett into the half-forward line, leading in front of the ball. Ball gets out the back. Mark wasn't taken out there by Burns, but he goes after it, taps the ball, keeps it to Zavenka. They keep winning the possession of the ball on the forward line. And again, kicks back inside. Kick wasn't that good off the boot. Will run towards the boundary line and over, and will be thrown back in.
A nice little kick there would have brought my theory to fruition. They'd be having a shot at goal after winning the centre bounce. And probably the best way to win the centre bounce is to keep this bloke standing here in front of us and not let him on. That'd be handy.
Ball back, Daly goes to Crennan. Crennan puts boot to ball, goes across the face of goal. Runs back towards the boundary line. I reckon the boundary line might win out again here. Keflo leads in for the race for the ball. He tries to keep it in. Tackled. Taken over the line, and we will have a throw-in which will take place inside the forward 50 for the Corio side. So Daly moves down. Jelinik's giving away quite a bit of height here in the ruck contest. Daly just leans on him, pushes the ball out, picked up by Culliver, did that nicely. Tried to get the handball outside to Miller, missed his target, picked up by Carr. He goes long, back towards the goal square. Umpire said, I've heard a whistle, and it's going to go.
It's going to be a holding decision to Corio.
It is, you're right. And I think it's Destin Burns, is it? It is. Yep. And he will go back and have a shot at goal. Has one for the afternoon. We'll look at goal number 2. So again, distance will not be a problem. And from where we sit, we'll get a good look at the ball from here. So Burns come in, Destin Burns. Kicks that goal. That's a beautiful kick off the boot, straight through the middle. He has his second, and now the 10th for Corio. They're 10-2. They trail Werribee on 10 goals, 9. 23 minutes gone. The Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Well, and I'll reiterate that and just add a little bit to it, right? When the sides who get the ball into their forward line, the rest of their players upfield are covering it so well that they're making it very hard for either side to get it back out of defence. And Werribee relied last year on coming down the ground out of defence, but Corio aren't letting them out. But Werribee aren't letting Corio out when they go down there. So it just makes getting this ball out of the centre so much important.
Rightio, back in the centre we go again. Jelinik's gone to the ruck up again. He wins the tap too in front of James, but Crennan beats in the ball, falls over in the process. James gets a handball out. looking for Kefi, doesn't quite get there. So Doyle just goes, the only way to do this is I'm going to hit this as far as I can. And he has.
Don't.
The umpire said throw it in. I mean, you can't pay that.
You cannot pay deliberate from 40
Here's
metres.
some scores. Bannockburn 67, Anarchy 18. Belmont 6-15, 51. Inverleigh 48. Belpostal 11-7, 73, leading East Geelong 7-5. 7-6, 48. So ball comes in now. Daly wins that one down well to Culliver. Culliver in the left boot. Kerr stands there. Nearly takes it. Doyle also spills where he should take, but to hack it off the ground. Wrapped up in a tackle, Jelenic by Chesterman. And we're going nowhere, so we'll have a throw up right on the true centre wing, Dale, right in front of the commentary box here, mate. Hang on, we've got an injury here. Is that Tyler Cronin? It is. Is he cramping or?
Well, if it's crampy, you don't stop the game for cramp.
No, they don't. And they probably shouldn't. But I think the reason is
He
he's
said
so close.
throw it up. Yeah, it
he's
could
so
be.
close that I understand it. Sometimes they let it if they're 30, 40 metres away, but so close to where the ball's going to be thrown up.
More the trainer.
Good umpiring. That's fair enough.
Yep, so ball in the air. Daly wins that one down to Culliver. Culliver on the right foot. Right boot, kicks Werribee into attack once again. Nasty little bounce there. Goes over. Bartolo mops up at the back. Gets a quick kick away. Gets sent down
What's
for his
wrong with
trouble.
that? What is wrong with that? He had the ball.
Kefi will take the resultant down the ground free kick. So
That's a great pressure tackle, wasn't it?
I thought so. Anyway.
My word.
So Dylan Kefi now. Looking long down the line. Kicking towards, not quite finding Dixon, but the ball falls to the back. Kyle O'Toole trying to pick it up. Keeps paddling it forward. Great pressure there by the Werribee defence. Dixon knocks it out now. Fantastic there by Kilby. Sets the ball free. Dixon runs on it again for Corio, but Kilby, second, third effort, throws on the boot. Falls to Culliver, but he overruns it. Doyle picks it up, goes across to James. James sweeps the handle in the middle towards Ash. Ash dispossessed during the tackle. Now the ball stacks on the middle. The umpire will come in and say it's his as Chesterman breaks away from the pack with his Adonis jumper on, mate. He's a bit of fabric missing there. So the ball thrown in the air now. We've got Jelenic up against Daly. Daly just does what he wants, and James wins the ball, falls through to Doyle. Doyle out to Kefi. Kefi, very smart and measured kick, finds Dixon. Dixon now looking through the middle, doesn't get there. Chesterman done brilliantly to chop that one off from Clyde, and does well, gets the handball out, intercepted here by Corio. Ball just let go, I think there. Good tackle by Kerr. Joel Bennett picks the ball up on the ground, wins it, and handballs it out towards Jelenic. The ball beats everybody. Now finally Chesterman drives Werribee forward again into the open spaces. The race is on here. It bounces over the head of everybody. Picked up now by, that's Connor. Yep, that was young Braden Cotter. Drives the ball long. Joel just waits for the ball himself. Handballs off to James. James takes on the Werribee players. Handballs over top towards Hall. Hall's he's going to swing around his left. Gets a handball through the middle. Clyde running onto the ball here, but beaten to it there by Gibson. Ball on the deck. Wrapped up now. Gibson is. What's the umpire going to do? He said, you've had prior opportunity. You've dragged it in. So the free kick here will go to Clyde for Corio. Just outside the 50 on the left foot. Nice little measured kick towards Carr. Carr drops probably what he should have taken down there. Picked up by Murdoch, wrapped up in a tackle straight away. Umpire comes in and says, that'll be my ball.
You got to pay that old the ball. I was going home.
Yeah, I think you might have.
And they got it right in the centre. The ball did spill free, but it was no prior opportunity, and the ball spilled free. Play on. Good decision.
Correct.
So they're getting it right sometimes, but they're only first game too.
Yeah. Well, ball on the ground again here. 35 out from Corio. Goal. Umpire's no choice but to come in. We've gone 27 and a half minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter here at All-in-One Oval.
Jelenic says, I need a spell.
Yeah.
Wins a tap down. Ball spills free. That's a great little pick up by Cole. Gets a handball over. Advantage is paid here. Hands it De Leon. It's tried, but there's no advantage there.
But he'd already paid it, so you've got to keep the
We had a paddock earlier. It wasn't paid. We had no room to move there, and it was. But anyway, the ball's out of bounds just beside the Corio coach's box. It looks like Jelenic might get his rest. Screen's coming back on. Works his way to the front, wins that one down. Ball's going to beat Dylan Kefi over the line, and we'll have another throw in. So Jack Green now back in the ruck against Paddy Daly. A bit more of a better match there, I think. Maybe not body size, but at least height-wise. So ball in the air. Daly holds front position, wins the ball down. Gets a free kick, I think, for too high anyway. No advantage there, Grub?
No, not now. No, that was well played. No advantage. Free kick was right. Good umpiring.
Absolutely. So Paddy Daly handballs the ball out to De Leon. He chips one short and two short and two wide.
Should have gone with Paddy.
He was looking for Mackenzie, but didn't quite.
Mackenzie, he was looking for me. That's who he was looking for. I saw him at training Thursday night.
Anyway, Kefai with the resultant free kick.
Play on, umpire.
Goes long. Goes long, coming out. Linehan Cunningham.
Courageous.
We looked at options, went to go short out here, I think, towards Mackenzie, but now he is going to use that option. Kefai comes across, tries to spoil, does bring the ball to ground, so we'll have a boundary line throw in. With
That's
Gordon
what I mean, with
29 and a half.
Yep. Werribee in the van there, and he got to it and he spoiled it, and that's why they're still within range.
So ball now thrown back in, centre wing. Ball goes down. Daly wins it down. Nicely read off the contest. Head by Dixon. Gets out of it. Goes towards James. Runs, carries and kicks long. Goes towards their goal square. Kerr, a chance. But Linehan Cunningham, he's just filling the hole there at the moment. And he's taken a nice mark. Transfers play out wide. Teammate out by himself is Mackenzie. Able to take it on the bounce. Kicks up towards centre wing. And again, Culliver, he takes the mark on centre wing. So he's looking to chip the ball up over the top. Short kick. Mark will be taken again. Mackenzie follows down the field. Just asked to slow things down now a little bit. Not too much forward of the ball here, so he goes long. Taylor will be one of the targets down there, up over the top. Actually, I don't know whether he had the first
I
touch
reckon
of
McDonald had the first grab of that.
It's been paid it. The umpire says, let's keep going now. Ball goes in towards Leonard. Bit of strength. Ball gets to ground. Cotter did nicely. Bartolo scoops the ball up. Umpire let that go.
Umpire,
it's been
you
played on now.
cannot let that go. That's
Little
a
short
throw.
kick. Ball goes back now to James. He runs and carries, gets out of trouble, puts himself in, but he's got support in Green. Boot to ball, goes into their half-forward line. O'Toole is there, ball out the back, goes towards Savanka on the left boot. Some time, some space, looks at goal. It is drifting, but duffed off line.
Not quite.
Through for a minor score.
The crowd at the other end thought it was a goal.
They thought it was a goal. And while I got the chance, Archie and Amelia.
I thought I heard the
nick
siren
off.
then, but it wasn't. So the ball's brought back into play very quickly. De Leon has the ball. Has the siren gone? What's going on? I thought I heard the
Yeah, I
siren.
thought it was too, but anyway.
So it's three-quarter time. And at three-quarter time, it is going to be the 10-3. Is that correct?
Yes.
10-3 for Corio.
Yes.
And Werribee Central will be 10-9. Goal kicks at this stage of the game. Joel Bennett and Matthew Jelinek both have 3. Herschel Carr 1. Savenka has 1. And Destin Burns with 2. And for the Werribee side, we have 2 each to McDonald and to Taylor. 1 each to Culliver, Daly, Camilleri, Saliba, Kerr and Leonard. Take a short break. Final call to action, not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Go on one by one on the twos. 48.
Mate, it's blowing a gale up there, obviously.
That's at East Geelong, mate. So it'd be blowing a gale at Belpo still. There's no doubt
Well,
about
they've
that.
been in front most of the day. I think Tari's tricked us. He's got all these
He's
recruits. He
lied.
hasn't told anybody.
Tari did make a comment to me earlier in the year. He said, we won't be as good as last year, but we won't be the worst.
Well, I tell you what, he's been truthful there by the sounds of this first game.
Torquay have finally hit the front against their 3 points in front of Newcombe.
Gee, I predicted a 100-point victory there.
You predicted further than that. Ocean Grove 58 leading. Port Aiton 58 leading. Ocean Grove 37.
Wow.
Ammo's 83. Queenscliff 48. Drysdale 69. Barwonhead's 42. Anglesea 56-19. That's the final apparently. So someone's obviously pressed the stop button. Grubby, give us your thoughts, mate, before we get going.
Well, I'm rapt that we came here because it is a fantastic game of football. Yeah, there's been mistakes made by both sides, but they seem to butter up and get out of their mistakes. I said it during the quarter, the side that gets the ball out of the centre has as much advantage as I've ever seen because both sides are covering well around the ground and it's hard to get the ball out of defence. But look, Corio, they've been very, very good. I think Werribee have been pretty good. And in the end, it's just going to come down to who's going to play the better football in the last quarter. Werribee probably have got the breeze, but till now, that breeze hasn't worried anybody anything. They both played as good a football into it as they have with it. So I can't predict the winner from here. When Werribee do get a bit of a break, the tenacity of Corio, they just come back and they get back within in kicking distance. So, you know, I think if Werribee can kick the first couple, you think they'd win, but then Corio don't give up. They never give up. So
Yeah, that's the good thing, Grub, that they're not giving up.
No.
Most games after half-time, they sort of fall away, but today they've hung in there, and they still look like they can win the game.
Yes, they do.
I think that's the good thing.
Yep, no doubt. I saw Destin Burns. He's back on the ground, so he's
BJ.
covered. And so's Billy O'Toole. So from looking like they might have been down 2 players, they're not down any at the moment.
Yep.
So and Werribee aren't either. It's just a ripping game. I'm really enjoying it, and I can come and watch a game of football like this every Saturday.
Yes, I agree. And as I said, we get probably some bad ones during the course of it, but this hasn't been one. And as I said, if we can pick one like this every week, I think we'll be happy.
Well, this might be a lucky year because, as we said, Belpo still beaten East.
I think we might celebrate by going and having a Wagyu steak tonight.
Wagyu steak at Morey's Hotham Hotel.
All of us at once.
Well, it depends. You can go to Hotham Hotel. I'll go to Yards, and Spider, you can go out to the Cobner Feed, which is a magnificent pub in itself.
I'm going to the great man Michael Batty's to celebrate his 50th.
I'll take him to the Cobner Feed for a few on your way.
Yeah, I know.
Well, here we go. Final quarter action. Just about to start. Umpire with ball in hand. Throws it in the air. Green has done a pretty good job for the big fella. He's done it in the line. Saying the ball comes out of the contest, and it's going to be Bennett that brings it forward first off. That's a good kick. Mark wasn't taken out there. That was Burns. Tapped it further afield. Went to O'Toole. Handball goes over the top. Handball didn't reach the target, but it ends up in the hands of Joel Bennett once again. The kick was only short. I thought that might have been a mark and travel the distance, but obviously the umpire said it wasn't. They tried to force the ball through. Miller in that ball in his hand goes out wide to Kerr on the right boot. No, he wants to go back on the right and kicks with that right boot. Goes in towards the centre half forward position. O'Halloran, Littlehan, Cunningham, Taylor's there. Toby Bennett with some work to do. Takes the ball. Is he in trouble? Umpire says surely no prior opportunity. Thank God for that.
The way the game's been going, he was very lucky not to get pinged then, because they've been paying it.
So the ball thrown up at the true centre half forward position. Green does the ruck work, taps the ball down, picked up out there by Bingham and goes back into the middle of the ground. BJ's got to make a contest. He was pushed underneath the contest, and it's got out the back now. In the hands there. The handball comes over the top. Gibson gives the handball back. Running player is Porter.
They've buggered that up.
Yep, Savenka intercepted the ball. It's going to end up in the hands of DeLeon. That's dangerous work. Ball comes out of that contest, goes back towards the centre wing. Picked up. Hall had more time than he thought. Bennett doesn't worry about kicking the ball. Kicks the ball
that is
long,
down the ground.
Forward line. Savenka sits under it and he takes the mark.
He looks straight at it.
So Savenka now wants to go, gets on the left boot, kicks long in towards the goal square. Over the back, mark will be taken. Yes, it will. And it's going to be Hayden Burns that takes the mark. Will he run around and play on quickly? Well, he's going to take his time, go back, deliberate shot at goal.
I think it's an easy shot.
So Hayden Burns.
The way they run out these days, I think it's a goal. Here we go.
There you go.
Long as he does that.
Grubby's called it. Well, that's what he's looking to do, Grub.
Commentator's curse.
Nah, this is a nice, easy goal for him. He's a good kid.
So round the body, he's going to come. Takes a step, kicks round the corner.
Oh, no, I didn't think he'd do that.
And it will go through for a minor score. So the score now 10-4 to the Corio side. 10-9 Werribee.
They really needed that.
2 minutes gone. Final quarter. Connect Tel. Final quarter scoreboard.
So Culliver to bring the ball in for Werribee. Trips it in short. Gibson made to work for it, but takes the mark. Net out. He's got Porter along looking for the ball. He heads in that direction now. He's got support from Linehan Cunningham coming across. It's a fantastic grab in front there by Porter. So Werribee now have worked the ball out to the half-back line. Quick handball across. Culliver, who did the kicking in duties with the ball now, driving Werribee forward. Punch from behind there, picked up by Doyle. Doyle chips the ball across. Nice looking kick, well done. Handball back in. Doyle followed up his good work, then goes short with a...
That's a bad kick.
Mongrel punt. Ball chipped out now here towards Murdoch. Murdoch in a bit of space. Has Crennan short if you want him, but that's been closed down now, so looking for other options. Comes longer down the line. At the back there, that's a fantastic grab. Leonard turns around, plays on straight over, gets a handball out here to Taylor. Taylor brought down. Could have been a trip there, I would have thought. Handball comes out. Bennett to Bennett. So Toby now at the ball, measures the kick in the middle. Camilleri comes in late, done a fantastic job. Still running the ball here. Tate Camilleri wrapped up now, gets a handball across, looking for O'Halloran. We'll say that, shall we? The ball cut off here. Ooh. Kick off the ground. That'd be almost in danger, wouldn't it?
He's paid it.
Ooh. Had to pay in danger there. It's a very doesn't get used that often, that rule these days, but that one was. Grub?
Well, the only thing is I didn't see any hands near it.
Oh, I think there was about four
you
of them,
know,
mate.
like the kick was about a metre away.
I've seen plenty of hands there, but Grubby, it is a bit far away. You know, the white line.
How far were the hands away from the ball?
They weren't very far at all, mate.
I reckon a metre.
Weren't very far at all, mate. Cotter with the ball now for Corio. Comes out wide looking for and finding Toby Bennett in space. He's got James further down the wing if he wants him, but decides to try and dive and stage for a 50. Plays on now. Chips the ball into Bingham. Bingham's got Keeley over here. It's not a great kick. Made him work for it.
Hold him.
Crennan comes in, so now got to wrap him up here, but Crennan swings the ball back around looking for Kerr. That's a great kick, and that's a great set of hands under pressure. Kerr plays on straight away, looking for his options, leading down forward. Here's that man McDonald again, and there he goes, takes a mark. So
now he's on his wrong side.
He is, but wouldn't put it past him. But again, a simple mistake there, Grub. Not a great kick, and pressure on. Turnover goes, and we'll be having a shot for goal.
Well, that's been the other tail of the tape. You make a mistake and you pay.
Yep.
But they haven't paid yet. This is a hard shot for McDonald.
So nearly 5 minutes gone in the Connectel last quarter here at All-in-One Oval. Comes in now, goes the old banana, and he puts it straight through the middle. Corio move. Werribee move to 11-9-65, leading Corio 10-4-64. 5 minutes gone, Connectel, a last quarter scoreboard.
No, if you're going to keep calling it that, I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment, you know. Hang on a minute. There's a chair in there. There's a beer in. It's like bloody play school. But no. What's that?
Don't you watch the Wiggles?
No.
Oh.
Josh Sutton, is he playing this year, or is he just...
2 games. He done his leg in a practice match while starring against Altona and done his ankle, I think, so he's 2 weeks away.
Back we go again. Ball in the middle of the ground. Doyle up a bit, Green up a little bit too early. Ball, he's going to win back, though. Goes the handball over the top into the hands of James. James in the right boot into their half-forward line. Jelinek, he actually waited for the ball. Kicked off the ground by De Leon.
Oh,
no.
Mate. Are you feeding him? He's kicked the ball off the ground 40 metres.
Jelinek takes the free kick, and he goes long back into their forward line. Mark required. Bennett's there over the top. Mark not taken by Miller. Ball comes out, goes to Daly. Looks at his option, goes over the top. Miller runs from defence. Nice to see him not in the crunch and bunch in the middle of the ground. He just kicks the ball into Kerr. He can't take the mark. Went back and collected it. Put it down again. Out the side to Clyden. His kick was smothered. Kerr went back. He's going to win possession. Handballs over the top. Missed Leon. Went back. Another smother. Goes back and gets it
hold the ball.
Now he's in trouble. He's going on top of the ball.
And that is holding the ball.
It's going to be a free kick Cryo's way.
We're talking about mistakes. Kerr's made 3 in a second.
Clyden's done the same thing. Kicked into the man on the mark twice. Ball comes out of that contest. Picked up again. The ball over the top. Hall leads in the race. Blind turns. Didn't take the ball with him though. Going back, O'Toole legged, grabbed. Ball comes down. Umpire says, let's have a ball up.
I think Billy J could have got a kick there.
He was definitely legged.
Yeah.
Belmont 71, Inverleigh 54.
So from the ruck contest, ball's up again. This time Daly gets the last tap out. He wins his own ball, goes over the top, and he did that nicely into the hands of McKenzie to centre wing. Leonard presents and takes the mark. Over the top, he has Culliver short. Decides to go longer. Not too sure why, because he had a short option there. I think that could have been an infringement. It was well seen by the umpire and also Grubb. And he's done a nice job there. So we'll go to Blake Ash, it is. Transfers play across the ground. Cotter has a player further afield. He's going to use him now, and that is Doyle. He's been good again. Handball goes off to James. He'll try and sneak back inside, gets the handball over the top, put his teammate under a bit of pressure. Taylor right there, takes him down, picked up. Daly plays on. Don't know whether that was the right kick. Goes straight up in the air. Toby Bennett stands underneath it, and he takes a mark and plays on from the half-back line. Goes out wide, leading up his car, comes out and takes a mark.
That's 50. That's 50.
Look, and he's going to be called. Yes, and it is 50 metres. So hits will bring Kerr inside range, you would think.
Geez, Doyle and Taylor were very slow to get up, weren't they?
Yeah, and I tell you what, he was a bit stiff because they bumped each other. I reckon the ball actually came out in the tackle. I'd have called that play on, actually.
I reckon he hasn't had the best of ground taken either there, Kerr. He could have got another 10, I reckon. But
wouldn't buy real estate.
No. So Kerr.
Still a real chance, Kurt.
Has one for the afternoon. And this is an opportunity for him to kick his second and to close the gap once again. So if they need one, this is what they need. This could spur them on. Staggering approach. He kicks at goal. It's long. It is straight. It is straight through the middle. He has 2 for the afternoon and the 11th now for Corio. They are 11-4. They trail Werribee Central's on 11-9. 8.5 minutes gone. Connect Tell final quarter scoreboard.
See, I'm just looking at the runner. Now, where's the runner? Don't you go out to the player. The bloke takes a mark and he just smashes it out of his hand. That's under 11 stuff, and that's cost him a goal because he could never have kicked it from out there. So, little bits and pieces of discipline from both sides, I might add, a couple of 50s today. That's what these two teams have got to improve on if they're going to fight for the final spot, which now we might include Belmont in that.
We could, back in the middle now. Green wins that one down convincingly, but Chesterman rose on the loose ball.
Oh, no, he's deliberate
kicking
again.
Out towards here. This one's coming into the box.
That's deliberate.
Into the box. No.
Surely that's deliberate, mate.
Not this time.
It has to be. He's paid 6 others.
Anyway, Grubby's taking up umpire after coaching Werribee last year.
Just having a chat to Barry.
I know you were. Baldy thrown back in. Daly and Green at it again. Daly in the front position. Taps the ball down well. Mitchell gets the ball out to... and ends up the hands of Culliver goes long. That's a great kick and a great set of hands. This young kid's hands impressed me a lot, Grubby. Young Saliba.
Yeah, and talking about young, hang on, you're talking about young, what about the coolness of Matty Miller?
Yeah, I know, fantastic. Anyway, not a great kick there, and I think Ash has taken the mark in the last line of defence, rushed the kick very, very quickly, put his team under pressure, Toby Bennett. Was good enough to pick the ball up, get the ball back to Ash. Ash goes down the line. Is that James with the ball now?
Cotter, I think.
Cotter it is too, yeah, you're right. So Cotter with the ball, deep in defence. Goes in towards Green in the middle, just goes over the head of Miller, gets a finger to it. There's James now.
Look at this.
He's got Jack Hall in an absolute paddock out here. But Jesus, young bloke chasing him. Murdoch can run, can't he?
Yeah, he can.
So Jack Hall swings on the left, goes long, looking for Carts. A nice looking kick over the back. Savanka to pick this up. Oh, that might be a little high, I think. So young Brock Savanka, son of legend Lee.
They can hit the front here.
Will go back, and if he kicks this correctly, you're right, mate, they will hit the front by 1 solitary point. We have gone nearly 11 minutes at the Connectel fourth quarter here at All-in-One Oval. So Brock Savanka be kicking from about 25, 45-degree angle. Probably the prime spot, Dale to Boom, where we are.
Good look at this one, Spider.
Watch this one all the way. So in he comes now. He's got the had a bit of the Josh Kennedy's about him, but there was no doubt about it at all. Brock Savanka has his second, the 12th for Corio. They go to 12-4-76, leading Werribee, who are 11-9-75. We've gone 11.5. Connectel final quarter scoreboard.
Well, we've spoken about mistakes all day, and they had a beautiful mark by young Saliba down there, and he just kicked it straight to a defender, and then down they come. Little mistakes like that. You keep making them, you keep getting paid, and Corio made them pay with, it was a high tackle, it was a good umpire decision, and young Savanka, I reckon, I don't know if he's as big and as tough as his old man, but he kicks better.
Jumps higher too, I reckon.
Yeah.
So back in the middle again, ball with the umpire, and it's up. Both ruckmen at it. Again, Green up over the top now, so he did that nicely. Ball comes out. Doesn't hit the Dixon comes on it. Was maybe a little bit of a trip there, maybe, but ball out the back. Yeah, umpire was right there and saw that. So BJ O'Toole with the ball. Looks up, little short kick. Nice kick. Just
great
missed Bennett.
defence.
Good interception there. Kicked off the ground. Hope it doesn't go out of bounds. Ball goes towards Paddy Arge. He handballs back into the hands there of Murdoch. Murdoch looks up, goes left. I think he kicked it straight to Green. If he was, that's where he's looking. That's where he kicked it. And he's hit him right on the chest. So Green now, long kick goes back into their forward line. Mark required, and it's taken out there, and that is by Gilbert. So Gilbert now for the Werribee side has an option short. Decides against that now. He's still going to go short. Mark is taken out there. Stevenson. So Stevenson now, not too sure what his options are. Green's the only one back here filling the hole, so he's going to have to change course, you would think. But he decides to go down the line. It's going to be set up, Toby Bennett by himself, and that was never going to go anywhere else but into his hands. He plays on, kicks back in towards their centre-half forward position, out the back, picked up there, and it was DeLeon, got the handball away, went towards Taylor, tries to fend off. Well done there by Kefai. Ball comes out, play on, says the umpire. Picked up by Burns. He goes long back towards the goals. He is offline and through for a minor score. So 12-5 now for Corio, 11-9 to the Werribee Central side, 13.5 gone. Connect tell, final quarter scoreboard.
7 free kicks to 1 in the last
7 free kicks to 1. Oh, the ball comes in. Culliver's the recipient here. He turns, plays on very, very quickly. Looking down line. He's got players everywhere. Here he goes. Porter takes the mark.
Oh, that's 50!
That's either 50 or play on.
50!
It's 50 or play on.
Umpire!
Porter sells the dummy. He's got nowhere to go.
He dummied himself.
He's done it in the end very, very well. Line turn to Ghost, but the ball goes down long now. Linehan Cunningham looking to kick it off the ground. Murdoch running around the outside of foot race here. Wins it, taps it forward to his own advantage. Keeps going on, knocks it on again. Toby Bennett's there. Gets the handball out over the top to Cotter. Cotter quickly through the middle to Bartolo. Bartolo, one option. It's Burns in the middle. He's done very, very well there. Took
good
a fantastic
football,
grab.
Burns.
So Hayden Burns looks out. Well, I got Kyle O'Toole in plenty of space. He takes the mark. Now just steadies up to gives his forwards a chance to get down there. Carr leads for him now. That's where he heads, but it's gone more central here. It's a flock of centrals there.
Jeez, I'm glad he said flock.
Yeah, so am I. So take Camilleri. Camilleri takes a bounce coming out in the back pocket. That's a great kick too out the end there, and finds Saliba, who's a long way from home here. So Saliba on the social club room side. It's a nice kick to the biggest man on the ground in Daly. Daly takes mark, handballs over the top quickly. Werribee now looking for a forward option. That's a great kick again. Linehan Cunningham can't quite take the mark, but does very, very well at ground. Feeds the handball up. Ball has been centred here by Werribee. Kirker in the exact spot where he needed to be.
But can he kick the goal?
I don't know, but the Belmont Lions 90 lead in Believe 56. So,
In the words of Butch Gale, I tipped this.
you did tip that. Anyway, Kirker kicking from about 25 metres out. The forwards are leading. So, Kirker coming in to put Werribee back in front in what an absolute seesawing battle here at AllInOne Oval. He's kicked deliberately. He's gone Barry O'Toole. He's gone very, very early. Kirker has put one through there. He's first of the afternoon. The 12th for Werribee. 12-9-81 leading Corio. 12-5-77. 4-point ball game. 15.5 gone. Connect Tel final quarter.
I know people need a rest. They really need a rest the way the game's played. But is it just coincidence they were able to go down there without Joel Bennett on the ground to stop them? You know, you don't want to rest these blokes, but obviously you have to. And that one did come from the back line.
It did.
And very rare today, but that was a good kick by the young Sudanese boy. And he's got a lot to learn, but when he learns it, I think look out.
So back in the middle, James and Daly. Ball goes up. Bennett from Urges. Got boot to ball. Kicks it back into their half-forward line. Ball. Stevenson attacked the ball. Won it back. Took a bounce. Come off his knee. Put himself under a little bit of pressure. Handballs up over the top. Goes towards Keeley. He can't pick the ball up. Miller does. Goes back into the hands of Stevenson. On the left boot. Goes into the half-forward line. Linehan Cunningham up. Good pair of hands. And he takes the mark. So Linehan Cunningham up to his feet quickly, goes back inside. Tyler Crennan, little kick, and Kerr again has taken another mark inside. He plays on, goes short across the ground, and finds Benny Leonard. So Benny Leonard now has taken the mark some 30 metres out, almost directly in front, and will go back and try and kick a goal to put a bit more distance on. He has one for the afternoon and can kick for his second.
64-38, Port leading Ocean Grove.
So Ben Leonard steps up to the plate, kicks that goal. Umpire does not move, and he has his second goal of the afternoon and the 13th now for the Werribee side. 13-9, lead Corio 12-5, 17 minutes gone. Connect Tell, final quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, look, wonderful footer. I missed a bit of it because that stupid boss of mine, Dan Lennon, gave me a text and I was looking at it. But look, here's where we've been speaking about all day. Centrals get a bit of a break. Corio don't give in, right? So let's just see them go now. They go harder and harder and harder to try and get themselves back in the game. How many minutes have we gone?
17.
See, there's plenty of time for them to get back and win this game if they keep continuing to have that big go they've been having.
Ball back near Daly wins a tap.
Here they go.
Bennett picks the Sharks. The crumb goes long looking for Savanka. Savanka does well to keep it down, but goes to ground. So Gibson wins a handball over the top here. Looking for Murdoch. Couldn't quite take it. Chessman comes in coolly, calmly. Kicks the ball low along the ground, along the line. Picked up here by Doyle. Wrapped up straight away there by Paddy
Advantage.
And is paid in the back.
Turn it up! I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
Paid it in the back. So,
Oh.
anyway, right in front of the commentary box here. So, Jack Doyle will take the resultant free kick. Looking at his options down the ground. Goes in short, looking for and finding Green. Green, true centre wing here, looking for the handball. No one's gone past him. Now they've got a couple. No, wouldn't go there now. He's in trouble. He's got to do something with it. Gets the handball away eventually to Jack Hall. Hall through the centre of the ground. Goes long, looking out there for Savanka. Give it a shove. Can't quite take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Beautiful done there by Taylor. Gets the handball out here. Oh, our Saliba's just lost his head. And the crowd seem to be happy about that one. There he goes out wide.
Happy about their second free kick for the quarter.
Looking for and finding Taylor. Taylor settles it down right in front of the social rooms here at All-in-One Oval. Goes long down the line in the Kerr direction. Morgan has been pretty hot of late. Ball hits the ground. Play on. Hall picks it up. Looking for options. Swings onto that trusty left foot. Chips one in short. That's a great little pick up there. Feed the ball long. Burns in front here. He's got Gilby for company. Ball spills free. Oh, they both overrun a bit in the end. It's Culliver running through, showing his pure class. Strips the ball out here to Murdoch. Murdoch now with plenty of time. Sizes up his options. Go to McDonald and just great use of the body. Too strong for Ash. So, well, it's a 10-point ball game. This one could make it a bit more interesting, Grub.
Yeah, look, if he kicks this, all the spirit that Corio got may not be enough to get back in the remaining minutes. But hang on, he's got to kick it first, and they're still in the game.
So McDonald looking for his third for the afternoon. Started with a blaze of glory, gone a bit quiet of late. Now comes in. It looks pretty good off the boot there, and that's it. That is the 14th for Werribee. They go to 14-9, 93, leading Corio, who are on 12-5-77. We have gone 20 and a half minutes to connect our final quarter here at All-in-One Oval.
Have we got any messages off the SMS?
Yeah, not many.
No? What's the last one?
Port 64, leading Ocean Grove 38.
No, one before that.
YouTube comment, 31 is very fast for Werribee.
No.
Then that's it.
Well, because I just got a text from the 1989 grand final hero, the great Murray Travis. So thanks for listening, Muzz. None of these blokes will ever be as good as you.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Ball thrown up. Daly can't win the tap out, but it goes to Keeley through the middle of the ground. Kicks long into their forward line. Mark Jelinek over the top. Had one go at it, two at it. He couldn't finish it off. Toole gets the ball out. Goes to Kylo. Toole kicks round the body. Goes back towards the top of the goal square. Taylor's there. Got a spoil up. They tap the ball down. Actually, I'm not too sure what they're trying to do there, but it ends up in the hands there of Culliver. He gets the ball out and goes long out towards centre wing. Kerr leads in the race to the ball. Can't pick the ball up. Kefai gets the handball back. Again, pressures applied to Doyle, but got a kick into their forward line. Picked up by Keeley. Tackled. How will the umpire see that? Dropping the ball in the back. It is dropping the ball this time. And free kick going to Chesterman.
2-point ball game at East Geelong. 73 East Geelong, 75 Belpo still.
So ball now goes out wide. Marcus taken out there, and it's again Saliba. A fair way up the ground as Spider called before. So he's got the ball. Leonard short, but decides to go that little bit longer. Towards centre wing. Good hands out there. I reckon that may have been McKenzie. Is that him? Yes, it is. And he's taken the mark. So McKenzie now is looking at putting the ball into their forward half. And he goes long. Player out there is O'Halloran.
Oh.
Used the hands initially, got the handball back outside to Miller. Miller goes long, went back to the goals and will run across the face, hit the behind post. That's probably a good result for the Werribee side. We'll have a ball throw in which will take place, and it is right beside the behind post as we tick towards 23 in the last quarter. So the ball is thrown in, a little bit of a flat throw, but it's Keeley picks the ball up, goes to Green, kick, travel far, goes to Miller, back to O'Halloran, loads up, goes back towards the goals, and he is wide of the target, out of bounds on the full. Ball to Matty James, free kick, back pocket for the Corio side.
One of my drives on a Sunday morning, Dale, that was like.
Yeah. One of my drives every day of the week. Ball kicked out long, goes out towards O'Halloran again. Front spot, Green did nicely, got the ball back towards the boundary line. It now runs over, and we're going to have a throw-in which will take place. Again, it's still in the forward half for the Werribee side, so doing a fair bit of the attacking here. Thrown back in by the umpire, tapped out by O'Halloran. Picked up, Culliver, clean again. Handball's back outside to Crennan. Handball wasn't that good, put him under a bit of pressure, went back and collected it, went one way. Now he's been forced over the boundary line. We're going to have another throw-in which will take place. A similar position to last as we tick towards the 24-minute mark of this final quarter. It is 12-5 Corio. They trail Werribee Central's 14-9.
Ball thrown in, O'Halloran in front, knocks the ball forward. Jelenic just taps it. O'Halloran follows up his work, gets a little left foot chip to it. Kirk overruns the ball. Had support there, but now it's fallen out to Hall.
Oh, he's going to get in the back.
He's paid in the back to Kirk. So, Crennan and Joel Bennett just shaking hands and saying, here you go.
Yeah, Whitley medalist to the runner-up, Whitley medalist.
Yep. So, Kerr going for his second in this quarter. So, the distance, I think.
It's a bit further out this time.
Distance might be, he snuck around apparently. Does it really matter when you're kicking the ball from 50? But
I'll tell you what, when I heard that whistle, I thought, oh no, 50.
No. So Kerr now looking for the 15th goal here for Werribee. Comes in. What's the slip? It's a beautiful kick.
That's a good kick.
Isn't it?
That's a good kick.
What a cracking kick that is. That's I know it's a set shot, Grub, but that's a contender, surely.
Yeah, I'd have lost me money on that.
You would have. So 15-9, they move on to 99. Werribee leading Corio 12-5-77. We've gone 25 minutes to connect our final quarter score.
I think the fat lady might be singing now.
That lady's singing. I think she's warmed the vocals up.
Yeah, they've just got on top, and now when Corio do go forward, they've actually, I reckon they've got tired and they're not covering the outs because a couple of them have come out and we've been able to run down the ground, and they couldn't do that earlier. You know, Matty James is tired a bit. Great game.
Great game. Anyway, ball tapped down by Green, intercepted there by Mitchell. Saliba back at his usual spot up forward, takes a fantastic grab, handballs it out to Crennan, puts him under a lot of pressure.
Well, he fumbled it though.
Yeah, but it was a standing start. Should be a better handball than that. Bartolo swoops on it, handballs over the top, but it's chopped off. Kick the ball back in. Toby Bennett on his own will mark this one on his chest and does so. So looking to move the ball quickly here. Comes in the middle. Finds James, but he does well there, James. The umpire has paid chopping of the arms. So
I've got no problems with that.
No, I don't either, mate. I don't. So James picks it up and off he goes. Takes them all on. Someone's got to move for him. He's touched the ball. Inside one, outside the other. And he's short option.
Jeez, Matty.
Finds Taylor from Werribee. So Taylor from Werribee between centre wing and centre half back to bring the ball back into attack. That's a great looking kick. So Lennon Cunningham can't take it, but he's got support there in Paddy Arch. Paddy Arch shrugs a couple of tackles, goes long with the left foot, heading down towards, not quite finding, but great fly there by McDonald. Ball hits the deck. Handball ran here by Corio. Chip little kick across here. Will land in the hands of Josh Jelenic. He may slow things down a little bit. No, he doesn't. Chips the ball over, looking for Hall. Set him up a bit of a task, but he's taken a great mark in the end. A lot of pressure there from Paddy Arch coming from behind. So Jack Hall now chips the ball across, looking for Bartolo. Completely clean bowls him, but the Werribee bloke falls over, coming the other way. So goes long now, looking for Savanka. Savanka with great hands out there in front of the Corio faithful. He swings on the left foot, moves the ball really quickly, looking for Burns, and gets there. What a great kick that was. Great mark in the end, too, by Burns. That could almost be 50, and it is. And it is.
You cannot touch a bloke after his mate. That's why I went berserk when they did it earlier, when they didn't pay it. This time he did, and he got it right.
Yep, so who was that paid the 50 away? Was that Porter?
Oh, I don't know, yeah. Porter.
And there's the siren anyway. So The shot for goal will be after the siren.
Don't they blow time off?
Well, I thought they did, so by now
If they
it should
blow
have been.
time off, the siren can't go.
Well, it has. Who's got the ball now? Who's kicking this one?
Just what's the name? Burns.
Hayden Burns.
Hayden Burns.
And has
He might have got it too, I reckon, but it's all to no avail.
finished off with a goal there. So the final scores here at All-in-One Oval see Corio 13-5, 83.
Correct.
Going down to Werribee 15-9-99. Goal kickers for the day, please, Dale.
Yes, for the home side, Joel Bennett and Matthew Jelinek both have 3. Broxavenka 2, along with Herschel Carr, 1 each to Hayden Burns. And that's their list. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 goal kickers. And Paul Rary. Josh McDonald with 4, Kerr with 3, 2 each to Ben Leonard and Blake Taylor, 1 each to Culliver, Daly, Camilleri, Saliba. So a good 15 goals, 9 to 13-5. So comfortable win in the end, but it was a great game to sit here and watch. We'll take a short break, come back, and Grubby will let you know about the whole game that's happened here this afternoon. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
All in One Oval. Seen the visitors Werribee run out victors 15-9-99, defeating the Corio side who with 13-5-83. Grubby, before we go to your thoughts, Bannockburn defeated Anarchy 85-36. Belmont 14-20-104, lead last year's premiers 9-11-65. So that's pretty much over.
34 shots to 20 there.
That's pretty much over, you would have thought. And the other game that we have is East Geelong 11-7, Trail Bellpost Hill 12-12. So 73-84, 11 points the margin there.
You didn't get a score off Johnny Mitchell?
No, well, Mitch is probably, I don't know what he's doing, mate.
Eating pies.
Eating pies. Hasn't sent me a score yet. But once we get that score from Thompson, if someone else can send it, Steiny, I know you tune in, mate. You might be able to send it through to us. Grubby, can we have your thoughts, please, my friend?
Well, my thoughts are very good, because I thought it was a terrific game of football. Corio hit the front halfway through the last quarter, and actually they were on at the time, and I thought they could have actually gone away and won that game. But Werribee Central steadied a bit. You know, the Matty Millers who get the ball and don't get rid of it straight away. They have a bit of a look and get an option going, and in the end, what was happening, you couldn't get a goal from the back line all day, and Werribee Central's, I think Corio might have just tied just a little bit towards the end. Like the big ruckman, he did it all on his own most of the day. He had to come off and have a rest, whereas Paddy Daly had a couple of spells from the big fella in O'Halloran.
Yep.
And it was just a really good game. And if you look through the players that played here today, and that's what, like, you get a lot of players sometimes you go, oh, he had a bad day. But, you know, Joel Bennett was great again. Cotter was good. Herschel Carr did some nice things. Keeley was good at times. James was best on the ground at half time and just died away a little bit. BJ O'Toole done some stuff. The two Burnses were good. Toby was good again. Jelenic. You know, I could go through the whole. Brock Savanka really impressed me. I thought he was terrific. And they were very, very good for most of the day. And it wasn't till the 22-minute mark that Werribee were finally able to just get away from them. Paddy Arge was good. Mackenzie didn't get a lot of touches, but what he did were a class. Stevenson was terrific all day. Kilby did some nice things. Miller, I've said. McDonald was so dangerous up forward. Linehan Cunningham probably didn't play his best, but did some nice things. And then the young blokes like Murdoch and Caramello Bear. Carmelo Saliba, he was pretty good in the finish. Tate Camilleri was a surprise. DeLeon got the ball, but boy, gee, we shit ourselves every time he got it.
I think he played for Corio.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to do anything with it. But, you know, the back
butcher.
line of Gibson and Porter went pretty well. And I like the debut of Kerr. He needs to learn a lot about football. But I tell you what, when he does, I said this during the course, look out, because I think he can learn the game and be a good player. All in all, it was just the last 10 or 12 minutes that Werribee were able to just get over the line. And I think it looks good forward for both clubs. We said earlier there was a spot in the finals, but if Belpost still continue on like that, maybe it's the spot that's could be missing. But now Belmont are in the calculations, and these two sides here today played well enough for me to say that they could be in calculations as well.
Just quickly, the Ballerine, Anglesey beaten Mottawarri. Drysdale 87, lead Barwonhead 79, and Newcombe at 74, trailed Torquay 92, the 3 goals grub. Port Arlington 12-5-77, lead Ocean Grove 6-9-45, so 32 points up. And Geelong Amateur 85 are leading Queenscliff 78. Dale, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, look, as I said, I enjoyed the game of football as well. As I said, there was a lot of, especially after half-time, a lot of mistakes made, just basic stuff. But again, with that'll come with when they get more fitness in. That will all disappear from their game. I was pretty impressed with both sides. As I said, when we come back at half-time, I said they were going to be a small side, but I tell you what, when they run past you, they towered over us, some of their players, or majority of their players.
6'6", mate.
Yeah, shrunk. You're only about 5'9" yourself.
He's
now.
just
that's what I'm starting to feel like.
He's just had 2 new knees and shin extensions.
Well, I thought I'd actually grown a bit, but they surprised me, their height that they have out there. They compete well. That's the thing that I've liked this afternoon. As I said, they got to most games last year to half-time, and were in games, but then they fell away. Today, they never looked like they were going to fall away, and they kept themselves involved in the contest. As I said, the 2 Burns were good up forward. They've got the Jelenic brothers there going okay. Doyle in the back line, he holds up pretty nicely for themselves. Joel Bennett, as we know, his brother in Toby Bennett, they just keep producing that same stuff week in, week out. So they've really got a good base now of players that can come through and play senior football and be competitive right through the course of a game. The young players for Werribee Central was Tate Camilleri, Saliba was good, Murdoch was okay, probably the first two I mentioned probably better than him. Kirker, as you said, he got better as the game went on. You don't know what he's bringing. And seeing Chesterman just back in. Now, I've watched Chesterman play footy. I've never seen him with that physicality or that the passion or the strength he tried to do with today. I was pretty impressed with his work as well. As I said, he played a good game of football. They really, if Daly happens to fall down at some stage during the year, they might be in a bit of trouble because I don't know whether their backup ruckman is quite good.
The water boy?
Oh, yeah.
7'8".
Yeah, but again, when did he come back in?
I know.
Yeah, so as I said, they've
a
got
good
some
player.
options there, but we need to get them back. But as I said, it was a good game of football. For the first game of the football of the season, I know you have practice matches and you train, all that sort of stuff. It was a good game to sit back and watch
Yes.
and actually see what we're going to come up and see week in, week out from this point on. Again, Spider asked before the game, who do you think's going to fall away? Bellpost Hill. Well, hang on a minute.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe the bloke that's in charge knows exactly what they do and has got these people coming in and playing the brand of Bellpost football
Role
that
playing.
you need to play. Exactly
Role
right.
playing.
They're well coached. They'll be well coached and well drilled. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no worries.
it's opened up my eyes a little bit already so far this season. Anarchy, I thought they might have been a bit more competitive out there this afternoon.
Well, that's why we didn't go there because, as I said, that trust. But they will get better, Anarchy. Don't worry about
They'll have
that.
to get better, but don't forget that when the Geelong VFL come back, the big fella out there, Ruckman, today, won't be there for them. So
If he gets a game.
That's if he gets a game. But evidently he played pretty well against a side last... Well, was I talking to you about it? Did you tell me that?
No.
Someone told me about it during the week, that he played quite well the week before against one of the VFL sides. So, again, that's something that they're going to have to come across and work with. But, again, they're going to have players that need to back up and to strengthen the club, and they're taking steps in the right direction.
Well, you know where that comes from, don't you? Big Bull Welsh has been instructing him in ruck play over the off season,
No, he hasn't.
and I tell you, he's a wonderful teacher. What do you mean, no, he hasn't?
No, he hasn't. I spoke to him Wednesday night. He offered to do it. He went out there, did one.
He told me he did it
They
Wednesday
said,
night.
they said no.
No, he just tells you.
Yeah,
lies
I
'cause
know,
you're an
mate.
idiot.
He does not the spotlight, Big Bull. Anyway,
Well, you might as well continue on with your votes.
all in all, fantastic day, Dale. Let's go, mate.
I wanted to hear his first.
No, he's second.
Righto. I've given one vote to Tate Camilleri. I thought his game today was okay. Young kid, found his niche in senior football, knows where to go with it, and when he gets it, doesn't waste it very often.
Who's that vote to?
Tate Camilleri.
Okay.
I gave 2 votes to Matty James. As you said, up until half-time was clearly the best player on the ground, and he still did some nice things in the second half. The thing I'm impressed with him today is now, I don't know whether it's under Danner and Bennett, but he seems to want to offload with the hands,
Yes.
which gets him out of trouble because sometimes he would run into trouble, get out of trouble, and put himself back into trouble by trying to get round players.
Probably
but
had
today,
more time today than he did in his whole career at Bellpost Hill.
and his probably football career, I would think. And I think clearly for me, the best player on the ground was Michael Culliver. I just think this bloke is an absolute gun. He does what Joel Bennett does. He kicks in from the full-back position, and they both do that link-up work through the thingo. Again, the only difference being that he is a smaller player where I think Joel Bennett could be a better marking option further down the field for Corio. Nothing against what they do because they're both outstanding footballers.
Maybe more of a goal kicker too.
Yeah, they're both outstanding footballers, but I thought today Michael Culliver was my best player on the ground.
Grub.
Well, I wanted to put Stevenson in because I thought he was terrific down back, but I just couldn't fit him in because I thought the bloke that probably kept Werribee in the game all day, especially when young Jack Green went off, was Pat Daly. I thought he was fantastic all day. He won most of the ruck contest. Jack Green took a couple off him towards the end, but he was even marking around the ground, which I haven't seen him do. So I slipped him in for a vote. I gave 2 votes to Michael Culliver for the exact same reasons as you give. I can't add any more to that. And I gave 3 votes to Matty James. I thought he was best on the ground on half-time. His third quarter a little bit, but then in the last quarter he still kept going and going. And I honestly don't think the other bloke, he was that good in the first half. I just don't think the other blokes caught him.
Thompson won easily, apparently. What Mitch has said. No score, just Thompson easy. Okay, well, interesting. So we've got 2 blokes on 5 at the moment. I gave my one to Tyler Crennan. I thought he was fantastic.
Worst game he's ever played.
Of course it is, because you didn't give him votes. I gave my 2 to Matty James. I thought, as you said, he probably faded out. And Grub, I took your point there. You said the others probably didn't catch him, but I thought Michael Culliver did. He just got better and better and better as the game went on. Was in the thick of everything. I just think his game today was absolutely outstanding. So he got my 3 votes.
And
which makes him the player of the round.
He was the player of the day, and he wins the Hotham Hotel player of the day. And look, if he's going home, I've got a couple of spares. I might just drop him with him and have a spaghetti ravioli pizza or whatever they got down there, because they are fantastic, the Hotham Hotel. And thanks again to Chris and Moore and all the boys down there. They give us a few extras, and they really, really look after us in the coach's box and coach commentary box. And thank you very, very much for doing that.
All right. Well, next week. Are we sticking to what we said?
Well, I don't know. Read them out again. If East can't beat Belpost at East, maybe they're not match of the day material for next week.
Hang on a second. Right. So the games next week. I'm just going to check the scores first, Grubby, to see what happened. Well, in progress, the score hasn't moved, so it's 84 to 73. So you'd think Belpost still might have won that, given this game's over. Belmont 110 to Inverleigh 71, so I guess that's over. Thompson won easy, apparently, according to Mitch, but, that's just Mitch.
Yeah, that might be 3 points.
Next week, Belpost Hill and Inverleigh at Windy Hill.
Oh, a winner versus a loser, but not the ones we thought.
Belmont versus Corio at Winter Resort. North Geelong Anarchy at Osborne Park. Thompson East at the Thompson Recreation Reserve. Giants Werribee at the Giants. And Winchelsea Bannockburn at Eastern Reserve.
Oh, now I reckon that's a night game, so I don't think
5:30. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll rule that one out. We're in bed by then.
Wow, there's some really, really fantastic games there.
Well, there is now.
Yeah.
Competition's been turned on its head in round 1.
It has. Oh, and for the better, too.
Absolutely.
Like if Belmont can keep producing, I had that inkling when I watched them that night. I know it was
you
early,
said that all along.
but I just love the way they move the ball. They've got a lot of new players. I thought they might have taken a bit to get going, but they certainly haven't done that. And I'll tell you, the 2 coaches, they're very impressed with the 2 coaches. I think it's Walscott and Vermeulen.
Yeah.
They do it. They did a good job last year, and I reckon they're. Well, I tell you what, they might be in contention. I love to see that.
Torquay have beaten Newcombe by 11 points.
Wow, that's another turn up, really. They're supposed to win by 100 goals.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Drysdale by 14 points.
And you didn't think that?
Port Arlington are 31 points up, and Amos beat Queensland by 7 points. So where are we going, Grub?
Look, we've told everybody we're going to East.
No, to Thompson.
To Thompson v East. And I probably think we have to stick with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see any Thompson scores up. If they're not going to participate in this, we might not go there at all.
Yeah, if they're not going to be part of the league.
Yeah.
It's on them to get there. They've got everything else there. Sure, they've got internet. But knowing them, they've got dial-up. So only one person can use the line at a time.
Well, like after they got rid of Mitchell off the board, I thought they'd be more well run, but I'm not so sure.
So we are going there, are we? Rightio. We said that when we will. Thompson versus East Geelong at Thompson Recreation Reserve next week will be our our game of the round, or our coverage game, as we call them early on, don't we?
No, I call them match of the day.
Do you?
Yep.
You didn't last year. You
Yes,
didn't
I
like
did.
that.
Always called them match of the day.
Anyway, thank you to Steelo back in the box. Thanks to the boys here, Tyler and the crew here who do a fantastic job for us. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors, Grub. Have you fed them out?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that just before we go. I'll tell you what, there was a couple of bikes clean bowled out here today, and I'll tell you what, watching Spider's cricket career at Teesdale this year, he knew all about that.
Oh, mate, I went out LB the first 3 hits, mate. I don't get bowled. I get hit on the pads because my legs are too fat to move.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he sent me a video 5.5 hours long and told me 5 hours 37 when he hit his 6, but that's all right.
Only scoring shot for the year.
Thanks very, very much, not just for today, but for the whole of the year. We've had our quarter-by-quarter scoreboards, sponsors, but Routley's, they had the mark of the day today. We really enjoy them. As I said earlier, the big men pie for the Routley's pie. Corio Bay Health, goal of the day today. We'll rotate that around so everybody gets a fair go, but thank you to them. Kempy Engineering, thank you very, very much. And as I say every week, if you're going out east, stop into the Commoner Fiend. If you're going out west, get into the yards. And if you're going to stay in Geelong, visit Morey at the Hotham Hotel. All fantastic pubs. Raiders Bingo, Elders Insurance, Promoted Trophies and Apparel, and we'll get our athletes' foot. It'll be interesting to see who the coaches in the MVP. I'll see Prisley what he did. I don't know if he's allowed to tell you or not, and we'll see how we went. But thanks to all those people. We need you. Thank you very much.
Well, that's it for us, gents. Thank you, Dale. It's been a pleasure to be back in the box with you. Grubby, twice in one day is a bit much for me, but that's okay.
And me.
And you, so you won't be on hashtag next week, so I do get a break for him in the morning, but no doubt you like Stolke, you'll text in 300 different messages. But, gents, that's been a fantastic first game. What a great start to the season, the GDFNL. I think you're right, Grubby. If we get game loose every week, we're going to be we're in a fantastic spot, aren't we?
I'll be happy.
It's a cracking game. Not the most skillful, but I'll tell you what, the endeavour, the cracking at the ball, that's all we're here to watch. It was bloody fantastic. That's us. So thank you all to our listeners, to our people watching live on the YouTube channel, to Corio for their hospitality, and we shall see you all at Mitchell Park next week, Thompson versus East Geelong. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, the GDFNL Game of the Day, your home of local football.
See you, mate. See you, mate.